This light, maybe I need to just turn it on live. This camera light is horrible, but it's fine. Maybe I need to turn the highlight on. Maybe that's a little better. It's so funny because you look horrible without makeup. That's fine. They see me before. I'm no surprise, huh? Ain't nothing seen a ring, if not worse. Hey, love, how are you? Hoop. How are you, Isabella? You know what? I need to get no water. I need a new camera. I need a new camcorder. This camcorder, but then again, it's live. So, but then again, I see people do live. They don't look as bad as me. I know I don't look beautiful, but I don't look this bad. I mean, oof, I look like I've been ran over by a streetcar. Oh, got my cup up here, which I don't want to knock over. So how are you, love? How's everybody doing? Look at this light. My skin look blurry and dirty and nasty. I should put the other light in, but the other light is horrible too. It's funny because my light bulb blew out. The one that I have, that's better, but it's all in the lighting. Anyway, I don't care. I just look really flustered. So how's everybody doing today? 2 people's here so far. Other people watching. Trust to believe. They closed at my Haps. Well, they closed Haps down for some reason. Excuse me. Wouldn't be a video if it was a blumino. Since I've gained weight, my chest has grew so much. Oh God, this is horrible. I can't even I want to find a shirt that's a stretch search. Hey, Butterscotch, how are you, love? This shirt is so tight. And then when I put on what I really want to... How are you, love? We're going to have a conversation today, y'all. And trust and believe there are other people watching this video. When I tell y'all that it is so many people watch these videos that y'all don't know, trust and believe what I've been telling you. It be a lot of people low-key watching. This Pond's cold cream. Low-key watch me. Get some of this ash of my skin. Yeah, I know I gotta show it a blank face. How's everybody's day going? Everybody's having a good day? Everything's going okay? Everything's going well? I use shea butter. You know what the thing is? Like, I use Vaseline on my skin, so I kind of don't really use this. But I use Vaseline and Noxzema. At nighttime, I'm going to bed. I got Vaseline over my face. I love Vaseline. I don't like foundation. I mean, I got some in there, but when I put it on, I feel like I'm baking a mud pie. I'll be right back. Okay, I have to go eat. Okay, all right, beautiful. Hey there, Anna, Wani. I've been watching your videos lately, and I want to thank you for awareness about sisters. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that, love. I do. I really do. Yeah, the thing about it is, I noticed that a lot of people don't do that type. I mean, to be honest with you, it's funny because I was thinking about that. I don't want to spook people out, but I was thinking about that before. I was like, I always been the kind of person that talk about spirits, like I live in this spiritual world, and I always tell y'all that. And I said I live with two worlds. I live in the earth world, which means earth angels, which means us, and the spiritual world, this means that there are people that we can't see. Now, unfortunately, if you're a person like me, you get to see spirits and stuff. I'm not going to make this type of video because I know people get the jeepers. They get so afraid. People are so afraid of what they don't understand. But anyway, so are you from New Mexico? Oh, okay. Okay. Welcome, sis. And it's like the spirits just took over my channel. Missy, I knew I was doing, you know, I was doing depths, and I'm like, oh my God, excuse me. I'm like, how is this happening? Like, this was not supposed to be my plan. But they always say, you have a plan, but God got a bigger plan for you. So even though you may have said you want to do something, God was like, honey, this is what I'm going to do to your channel. So clearly it wasn't my plan. It's definitely, I'm not a serious person. I don't live my life this serious. I'm a playful person. I like to make you laugh. I like to do silly stuff, you know. And then I created a whole channel that's opposite of who I am. And I was like, this is so weird because this is not me. But I guess God took over. I'm spiritual also. You have been Native American just like me. All right now, Mama. So how are you doing today? How is it out in New Mexico? Because I know it'd be bad in other locations. It'd be really bad, you know. It's bad for us out here. You know, it's really bad. I was talking to this guy who wants to start a full-blown relationship with me. And his sister is a Trump supporter. And I'm like, I don't know how you're going to support one person who's basically destroying someone like me, but then you want to be with me. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Like, if either you're going to rock with us together or you're going to rock with them. I cannot be a teacher to every man in the world. Obviously, I date all races. I don't discriminate. As long as you're a man and you're breathing, I'm there. But I do feel as though that the stronger unity within the community has been females. Females are much more stronger. They're way more beautiful. And I'm like, you know what? I need to cater to people who want what I want. Now, I've been around men, and I don't, it's funny because I think it's the curse that I said. I was like, I love men, and a man can never turn me against him. And it seems like I'm eating my words once again. I'm always eating my words. So it's like, I've lost faith. I've just lost faith in men. And then on top of that, they're killing the girls. They murdering the girl. I'm like, where's this part coming at? I watch just stories of girls being murdered. And the thing about it, like I said before, it's not like we can't fight. In order to kill us, you have to come across as a friend. You have to be a friend in order to kill us. And that's how these men are killing us. You know, because they're coming across as a friend. So why would you have your guard up if around somebody I trust? You know, I'm hanging out with you, we're cool. And then we get killed. Like, where's this balance come from, you know? And it's not every man. So, but the thing about it is, I try to stay neutral, which I'm not. If you know me, I can't play phony. I tried to do a video in reference to and before I noticed I can't do this. I want to take the whole video and just deleted it. That was the last video I did. In the bathroom. I was trying to create positivity and let you know that things, some men are out. Before I could get through the video, I started to delete the whole thing and just put it up. I was like, I don't believe this. And I know there are good men out here. And I don't want to leave the message that there are not, because they are. But I need to see more receipts. You know what I mean? I can't keep singing a song that the lyrics are not adding up. And the girls be like, there are good men out here, Raven. It's all about location. It's all about this. And I believe it is. But then I don't. It's problematic for me. And then when I do meet a man who knows everything about me, not everything, but you know what I mean, the functionings of my existence, and you violate me. So where's the balance? I got you violate me. I got the people in the streets violate me. I got society violate me. I got family violate me. So why are you in my bed next to me? Oh, you're the mole that's come to kill me. But my mind goes all over the place. I'm a Gemini, and us Geminis are fickle. It depends on our day of the week. But it becomes mind-boggling to me and stuff because I get told off a lot by men. I'm so used to men telling me off because I don't do what they want. I don't do what they want me to do for them. And so they tell me off. They said, you think women hasn't hurt me? You think women hasn't hurt me? So after this whole speech on how women has hurt him, how women had treated him bad. Now I'm in a full-blown conversation with a man that's hitting me up on my DMs, tell me how bad women are and how women is. And I'm like, okay. So I want to be with you. No. Listen, I'll listen. I'm sorry that women have done you dirty. I get it. There are not good women out here. There's good women, there's bad women. There's good men, there's bad. I get it. When I want to be with you, you don't want to be with me. You don't know me. Well, from what I see, I'm cute, you cute. That's how we're going to go on looks, really. I mean, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than a outer appearance. It's got to be a spiritual bonding. And the thing about it is that when I don't comply to what they want, you already know the name calling begins. You ugly anyway. You ain't even one of the pretty ones. Oh, girl, bye. And I very superficial gang. And the thing about it that gets me is that I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna share something with y'all. And I know the person or persons that's probably gonna be watching this video. If a man disrespects you and you let him get away with it, he's gonna do something else to disrespect you again. Even though you had told him do not do it again, he will do it again. And when you give him a say, listen, I don't like what you did, he will become combative, and then he'll become the victim and make you the perpetrator because you told him, do not hurt me. I told you don't do these things to me. Now all of a sudden, you're the nasty person. Oh, so everything I do is just wrong. I'm just a bad person because I said I don't like what you do to me. So now all of a sudden, now you're the victim and I'm the perpetrator. My dreams come to me as two spirits. When I was 15 years old, I'm now 48, and it took me this long to realize when I belong in my life. I went through dozens of relationships. But you know what the thing is, that everything you went through made you stronger, and I get it. It is hard. It is hard to stand in your truth, and it is even harder when you have people around you that are putting things in your head that makes you start questioning yourself. This is the thing about it with brainwashing. People start putting things in your head and it only activates when no one is around and you by yourself and you start thinking of what they said. Now you should be thinking about it, but you're thinking about it. The man I'm currently involved with is like a breath of fresh air, very respectful, mature, and just my type. He's also 17 years younger. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. They flip on you, gaslighting. I'm starting to learn the word gaslighting. If you identify as trans feminine spirit, I am not Native American, so I don't want to appropriate their culture by calling myself two spirits. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a set in stone, everybody identifies differently, and It's not like I'm saying if you have to be two-spirit person. It's just a relatable topic. You don't have to be a two-spirit woman or a trans woman or a cisgender woman or a gay person or a gay man or a gay woman. It's the topic that's good relatable to anyone that can identify with the topic at hand. It doesn't have to be of a gender. It's a topic that we can relate to in different situations and circumstances. So, you know, and that's what it is. And Native American would be a third gender. Is what if you want to talk about Native American, that would be a third gender. Also two spirits, but it's a third gender. That's what the Native Americans speak of that culture. Anyway, so that hey, Miss Harris, how are you, love? And it's the thing about it, when dealing with men that just feel as though they become the victim. When you tell a man, you violate my feelings, you hurt me, and it dismisses it. And this is the problem that I have with a lot of men that deal with me within my life. They'll hurt me, and I'll tell them they hurt me, and they'll go, I suffer with men greatly since I could walk. I abused, I was locked in the closet, beaten, sold for sex trafficking. Wow, 8 years. I'm sorry to hear that. Have been very damn sketchy. I'm sorry to hear that, love. I'm praying for you, sis, over there. I'm good. Just running, and all of a sudden my phone just went to YouTube. Yeah. A lot of girls got a storyline and stuff, and everyone goes through a lot of different topics and stuff, and a lot of things we're relatable, with a lot of things we go through. And the problem, the reason why I try to make a platform is so we have a conversation where we could talk about it and we could try to find resolution of basically trying to heal a little bit and let each other know that we're not here alone. Because sometimes I feel like we feel like we're going through this stuff by ourselves, like it's just happening to me. The whole world hates me. People going just after me, and it's not just you. So I want to make a platform where we could talk about different things and share content that we're not alone and don't need to feel like we're alone or suffer in silence, where we get to a point where we're ready to do something, like do something detrimental to our soul as far as suicide. Remember, suicide they don't want to die, they just want to get out of pain. Mint tuning, I'm not running. Trafficking is very, very much real. Oh yes, it's been real for years. It's been real for years. That's how most people got over to here to America. Latino encounters serial killers in Denver, Colorado. He tricked me into a ride, took me to an alleyway, beat me down. Luckily, I escaped. I was young and new. I'm sorry to hear that, love. But you know what they say, whatever don't kill you make you stronger. And sometimes we learn by error. I'm known for learning. I learn by error all the time. Hey, Tally, how are you, sweetie? I learn by error all the time. Trial and error, that's me. I make a mistake, I wake up from. I wake a mistake, and I'm known for making mistakes. I am legendary for making mistakes. That's why I tell you, I'm not perfect, and I don't pretend to be perfect, and I also don't pretend to know everything because I don't. And I always feel like everybody could teach you different things. Just make sure you keep the mind open and listen. Sometimes it's all in the delivery, though. If you talk to somebody within compassion, they'll listen. But if you come at somebody combative, they're not listening no more. Men play too much, in my experience. They do a lot. They do a lot game. They do a lot of mind games and stuff. And it's sad though. And it's like an all the way around thing though, which is very mentally exhausting. And with them, he was a serial killer and he appeared to be so nice. I was strict. I still slept with the light on. It happens, love. It happens. I'm sorry. At least you got a chance to tell your story now. He was a serial killer. Thank God he didn't, you know what I mean? Thank God you walked away to tell your story to bring awareness of what's going on out here because maybe other girls didn't know. I mean, me myself, already, I got trust issues, so it ain't gonna take me much to believe you. I believe you. You just gotta tell me what. It's just, you know, this is the thing I think. This is another thing that I don't like. Male privilege. I want you to send me a picture of you with a selfie, and I want you to put a nice outfit on to take a picture. Who are you, sir? You asking me to do things for you. Who are you? This is social media. Who are you, sir? I want you to take pictures and I want you to hold a light. Who are you? The thing about it with social media and the thing about it when dealing with men, and let's be clear, not all men are bad, but I always feel as though if a man disrespects you, you get that gut feeling in your stomach. Me and my girlfriends used to pull men in our younger days. It was sketchy at times, so I understand. Well, you have to learn from those experiences. If you play, if what you mean used to pull men? Because the thing about it is, I don't know what y'all was doing. Was y'all was just having fun, or was y'all doing something extra to make money? Because I'm gonna tell you something about you girls who make money. That's workers, survival workers, or whatever case it be, whatever that may be. I'm not knocking what you're doing, but I'm gonna tell you this: you're in the belly of the beast, and when you're in the belly of the beast, you have to be on all tens at all times. No person in that type of business is your friend. I don't care how cute he is. I don't care how nothing he is. All that hair in front of your face trying to be cute, all this in front of your face trying to be cute for a man does not supply to you when you're doing that type of work. Your hair needs to be pulled back off of your face so you can see exactly what's going on. It needs to be in a pin, pull back. Because if anything jumps off, your hands need to be aware. Because the life you saved may literally be your own. Hello, Lux. How are you, sweetie? Been talking to this man and his friends make blatant transphobic and racial comments, and he just gaslighted me for being upset. He plays victim when it comes. Of course, but this is what they do. I just happened to come on here and you discussing truth. Yeah, this is the thing about it. They play this victim game. I've had some. Hey, Leah, what's up, Mama? Yeah, exactly, Leah. You with me, sis. The thing about it is that you can't sit and play. You can't play in the belly of the beast and then act all beautiful. You got to understand. I understand you got to be make your money, but at the end of the day, you have to be prepared for what you're doing. You can't sit up there and just be beautiful. You have to be prepared for what you're in the belly of the beast. That means anything could jump off at any time. Back in 1991, I left Denver and searched for my authentic self. I was only 17 years old with $50 to my name. I got in the wrong car that night. He was not aware of my gender dysphoria. I was very lucky. Yes, you was. You need a discussion. I need a discussion, really. Yes. Okay. And the thing is, like, what was I saying before? Okay. When dealing with these men, I'm talking about if you're a sex worker. I think I was on that subject. When dealing with these men, I understand a lot of girls are marginalized. You can't get jobs. Nobody want to hire you. Whatever the case may be, no judgment zone here. But at the end of the day, hey, Miss Davis, how are you, sweetie? But at the end of the day, y'all got to stop letting your guard down. If you post ads and stuff like that, remember, rappers have been known for getting killed for showing too much money. When you're waving money out there, showing people that you're trying to make money, remember, everything comes everywhere. That means that bad people see what you do too. While you're trying to get good people, bad people seeing it too. This is really helpful to the community. Thanks for the creating this. Thank you, Miss Harris. I ain't plan on talking about this type of stuff, but but if you're going to do that type of work, you have to be prepared for what comes with it. And the girls try to make it as if it's a career. This is being a sex survivor worker is not a career. It's not a career. It's not a career, in my opinion. Some of you may feel as though it's a career, but remember one thing: what you're doing is an illegal act. It is illegal. So there are consequences for your actions, and sometimes it may be even death, and you need to be more aware. I stay strapped with mace. I don't fuck around with cis heterosexual folks. You don't know what heterosexual is, Davis. People heterosexual don't walk around with signs saying they're heterosexual. They don't. There's not labels on heterosexual people. It's not. I understand you may think you are, but they're not. I know a lot of men that look straight in the straight, make you cross the street because you're scared for your life. And he's gay as I don't know what. His mouth don't say gay. His actions don't say gay. His clothes don't say gay. Everything about him says cisgender male. And at the end of the day, you gag. Educate them. It is not a career. Only lasts on. Amen. No, that's not what I meant. Okay, mama. But just stay ready, honey. That's all. I'm with you, baby. But that's the thing about it is that we have to understand when you do that type of work, you have to realize you're in the belly of the beast. You have to stay ready. So you have to get ready. Because at the end of the day, the life you save may be your own. And remember one thing I've told y'all tons of times. Most of these girls have been killed by people they already know. Remember, there's always somebody following you. Because there's the thing about it is I come on live with y'all and I talk to y'all. There are people that's not on this live that's watching me. They're watching me, y'all. They watch me. They watching me so far, y'all have no idea. I tell y'all all the time, it's a lot I can't share with y'all because other people watching. They're watching me, honey. Hey, Bane. Hey, Matthews. I'm just not just the men. When you are in the life, you need to triple check everyone in the circle. Don't let the glitter get. That's true, Matthew. And the thing about it is that I share this with you because a lot of times we feel as though if we don't see them, they don't exist. They making sure you don't see them, but they see you. If you're a woman that's comfortable within your skin, trust and believe you got a fan that hasn't shown up yet. Now, some of them may show up, they may be positive, but sometimes they show up, they not be positive at all. They be waiting for you to place a, ad or something like that, and then here it is, they showing up. Now, one thing about it, hey D, one thing about it, they'll call you before, right? They'll be real friendly and nice to you on the phone. Hey, how you doing? When you coming in? Oh, hey, boo, it's just me checking up on you. All trickery, all a trick. Now here it is. They done got you real comfortable, so you got familiar with their phone calls. So now you thinking to yourself, okay, but they cool. I've been talking. I'm here, and it's all a trick. And the next thing you know, you walking through the door and you end up murdered, and then you thrown on the bed, he robbing you and leave. You can't fight back because he said it was a friend. He was cute, drop dead gorgeous, and yet still, you dead. And he'll ask you those magic words. Are you discreet? Are you in a discreet location? He's saying this because he needs to get in and out without the camera seeing him kill you. So you have to think of those words. Discreet means he could be coming to kill you. So when you hear these little clues, stay woke. And just because he cute, y'all girls be getting your life. I understand when you have to do what you got to do, but at the end of the day, you're in the belly of the beast. You need to let that part sink in. So when you about to do what you got to do, remember, I'm going into the belly of the beast. I mean, I'm walking into the devil's fire. So I'm walking to the devil's fire. Don't expect this gonna be like some reward. Some God is gonna come down from heaven and you gotta realize there's a lot gonna be going on. So you have to keep all your eyes open and don't trust anybody. I became Miss Alexander back in 1992. Breast implants, sugar daddy. I'm not gonna lie. I engaged in sex work here and there. I encountered many weirdos. You're going to. It comes with it comes within that community of that dark side. And when I say this, I'm I'm talking, it's not just women. There are men that are escorts out here. There are men out of escorts that's been murdered and killed. And the thing about it is that what's even worse within them, it's not even publicized why they were murdered, because they really don't know how they were murdered. And then the family found that they were murdered for a sex act. The family is ashamed, so they're not going to claim them. You know, they don't want that part in the news that he was gay, a sex worker. They call them gigolos. But at the end of the day, he was killed because he was escorted, and he was killed on the street as well. It is sad that when you have fans, they are sometimes your enemy. Exactly, Miss Harris. They're back. Yeah, that's why I'm afraid, because they already have been watching you, waiting for you. That's right, Leah. Stay awake, stay woke. Davis, stay strapped, my two spirits. That's right, Mom. Video playback. And they try to fool us. As we know, ways always. That's right, playback. We are in a war. We are, unfortunately. And the sad part about it is that we plead for help, but it falls on deaf ears. I feel as though if you are a person that's celebrated, they kind of cater to you a little bit. I don't think they cater to you 100%, but they cater to you a little bit. But if you're a person that's more political, it's not much catering to you at all. You know, it's a lot more of, well, we don't want you to report the news. We don't want you to keep trying to save girls' lives. We don't want you to bring awareness, because it's bad for our business. You know, we putting human bodies in the ground, and at the end of the day, your mother, your family, your friends want you to come home, no matter what you're doing. You know, as sex worker, survival, sex, whatever the case may be, your family and your friends want you to come home. And I understand you don't want your family and friends to know what you're doing for survival. You know, in all 48 years, I have lived and learned to never trust anyone until they earn your trust. I've had fears of men. You know, the sad part about it is, what's this? Tatino, even the ones you trust, you find out that you can't even trust. Even the ones you think that had your back, they have let you down. You know, I had an argument with a guy tonight and stuff, and we were talking in reference to a relationship long months ago back, and then he was like, "Well, I'm gonna come see you. I want to come do the vacation with you." I said, "Wait, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna take a few weeks off, and I'm coming to stay with you." Oh, well, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna take a few days off, Raven, and I'm coming to spend the vacation with you. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Hey, Ely. So I told him a bunch of times it's not gonna happen. He told me, "Oh, it's gonna happen." Now, y'all know I'm not perfect. I have anger issues. And let me tell you something about anger issue people, in case y'all quite don't get it. When a person like myself have anger issues, we have to let people talk bad to us and walk away. We have to let people degrade us and walk away. We have to let people say mean things to us and we have to walk away. We have to just go, you know what? I'm going to walk away. And we have to walk away. Because you know why? When we come back, because when they come back into our face, I feel like I don't date men anymore. I'm straight women and transgender women. Okay, all right now, mama. The reason why we have to walk away is because when they want to do this, we don't grab them up. And next thing you know, the cops got us with our arms behind our back with the handcuffs on us. So we have to walk away. Because while they want to run their mouth, we done grab them up and slap them up against the ground. And they pleading for Jesus, asking God to help them. And at the end of the day, I said, don't call on them now. You wanted this one, you know, and at the end of the day, when you finish going to work on them, the first thing they do is, hello, cops. I was just jumped on. Now, remind you, they attacked you. Now, all of a sudden, they're the victim and they're calling the cops on you. They decided they want to pick on you. They decided they want to take time out to hurt you. They decided that they was not going to leave you alone till they got a reaction. Then they got the reaction that it wasn't expecting. Now they calling the cops saying, hello, I just got attacked. Help me, help me, help me. Now here it is. You done left. Because at the end of the day, you didn't want to do it in the first place, but they followed you. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, all of a sudden, they claim the whole thing that they're the poor little victim. Now they're calling the cops saying, oh, I'm just a poor little victim. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Now the cops looking for you. The person was minding their business. And then the cop shows up and then, listen, I'm just going to tell you it was me. I'll just tell you, it was a girl who set me up, tried to get me killed. She went two guys around the corner. She tried to get me killed. I will never forget it. I got off of work. I told her she couldn't be inside the bar. I said, you were too young. And due to the fact that you don't have ID, they're trying to close this bar down, which is known as Chi-Chi's Bar in New York City. And the thing about it, I told her she can't be inside of there because you don't have ID. She got upset. When I got off of work, I was tired. I was ready to go home. She said, Raven, come here. So when I said, I feel like such a damn fool, sister. I was used to my good looks, money, sex name. I'm 40 years old, found myself alone, messed up. But you said you got a man there, don't you? I have. And says it wouldn't happen to me. Yes, even the girls would try. Oh, yes. She tried to send me. Two girls done tried to set me up, y'all. Two trans women have tried to set me up. This one set me up. I went out, so she said, Raven, come over. So when she called me across the street, I'm getting off work. I'm about to go home because I'm tired. She called across the street. I'm thinking in my mind, she's going to apologize to me for coming to my job and disrespecting me at my job. So now here it is. Hey, Couture. So here it is. I'm going across the street to her. And I'm thinking she about to apologize. She said, hey, Raven, I want to introduce you to my boyfriend. So I turned around. I was like, how you doing? And when I turned around, this other guy jumps out and says, oh, you trying to take my man? Now, remind you, two guys are about to jump on me. She walks off and smile and laugh. Now, here it is. I'm out here with two gay men that want to fight me. Yes, I've had a man now, but before that, I had a bunch of crazy. Okay. So here it is now. Yes, they're their bags among just two things. Oh, yes. So here it is now, two men. The only thing that saved me is, I'm okay, love. The only thing that saved me is that for some reason, God always had my back. When I'm out there about to go at it, people from my bar came out there. The cops came, they pulled me to the side, and they let the men go. So the cops pulled me to the side and let the men go. And it was like, let me see your ID. By me being who I was, they thinking I'm out there prostituting and I'm a sex worker on the street. Now, remind you, I'm just getting off of work. But in their mind, I'm a sex worker and I'm on the street and I'm out there prostituting due to the fact that I'm guilty of association. So here it is. I'm like, okay. So it's like, let me see your ID. They let the men go because the poor little men, they let them go. They try to attack me. They let the girl go. They let the men go. All right. So I take my ID out. Clearly, they thought I was going to have some name like Bill or Joe or Bobby. Clearly, that wasn't the case. So they looked at it, was like, they say, here, hand it back to me, my ID. I'm coming, Raven, but the sandwich is good. Okay, but enjoy your sandwich, sweetie. So next thing I know, I made back an ID and I left. I went home. I'm pissed off. Now I'm mad. I'm going home. We already know Raven have anger issues. I didn't know that. I've been introduced to it now. So went to New York one day. I was like, it was on Gay Pride Day. I went to New York. Let me see something. I went to New York and stuff, and I was upset. This was 8 years ago. Here is the video right here, because I posted a video from that day I got home, and I posted it on YouTube. That was back in that was back in June the 24th, 2012. June the 24th, 2012. And my bar closed January the 2nd, 2011. That's the video right there. That was that day. And she scratched my face, but baby, you'll see the video. I put it out. When I got home, I didn't go to bed. It took me forever to get home. That morning I got home, I was out there fighting. I had on a corset and spandex and high boots. And I was out there fighting on the street. I ran into her on Gay Pride Day on the 24th, coming home. And I ran into her. I was like, why did you set me up? She was like, well, look at you and look at me. And I said, wham. And we started fighting. So she scratched my face. I didn't know she scratched my face. I walked up the street a little bit more. It was another girl that was actually in a video. I think this new show they had, a dance, the Voguing competition. It was one of the girls in the Voguing competition. She saw me. She was like, Raven, what happened to your face? I said, what's going on my face? She said, who scratched your face like that? I didn't know my face was scratching it, but she scratched my face. She weighed about a good 300-400 pounds. And the thing is, like, okay, so I'm walking up the street. She scratched my face and everything. I didn't even know my face was scratched. So I was like, so she called the girl. She said, come here. Why did you fight Raven? She was like, well, I told the other girl, I said, she scratched my face. She said, yeah. I said, could you hold my pocketbook for me for a minute? So she took my pocketbook and hold it. And I went up to her. I was like, now we're going to go to work. And then we went to work. I went to work her. So after I went to work to her, she went and got the cops. And the cops came to me. They was like, her scars are visual. I was like, she tried to get me murdered. I should even be alive thanks to this girl. This girl tried to get me murdered by 2 men. And the only thing that didn't get me murdered by the grace of God and the fact that I worked there, I didn't get murdered. I said, but the simple fact of the matter is that could have went really bad if people didn't come out. But yeah, I'll never forget as long as I live. And then her girlfriend, after she tried to get me murdered, her girlfriend came out and said, why did you fight her? Now here it is, another girl that's a trans girl said, why would I fight her for trying to get me killed? Isn't that amazing? A trans girl said, why would I fight another girl who tried to get me murdered? And she was pissed off at me for not being murdered. 2 trans women. So I was like, you know what? But this is before Raven. Now if they come up to me now, I'm going to jail. I'm going to tell you right now. Right about now, y'all can forgive me because I'm going to work. And this is the reason why I have to walk away, because at the end of the day, if it happened again now, I'm going to work. I mean, I went to work on her name. You see the video, I went to work on her. She had her teeth, everything was split out. She spit out all this blood. I went to work. I don't got time for this with these little girls. Don't be playing with me. And the thing about it is that she came apologize to me later on. She said, Raven, I'd like to apologize to you. I was very young. Man, I don't believe that. That's like killing somebody saying, I like to say I'm sorry for killing your kid. Man, I don't, no. You're always going to be an enemy to me. Because if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't even be here. You tried to get me murdered by 2 gay men. Y'all actually tried to get me murdered. And then here it is, you went and got your friend to attack me too. Because I told you you couldn't be inside the bar because you was underage and you felt offended. So you went and tried to get somebody to take me out. And you're a 2-spirit woman, a trans woman, and you're trying to get me hurt because all I was doing was my job, and you felt offended. Girl, I had another one. She went and got a body done. There's another trans woman. She went and got a body done. She got a boobies done. And I told her, I said, well, from what I'm told, I said, be careful because what the girl is doing, she's pumping a girl with the wrong kind of silicone. I told her this in private. I said, girl, sis, be careful, because when I keep telling about this one girl, she pumping the girls with silicone, and Do you know the same girl that I told her about that was Pump Girl Silicone? You know she killed someone, a trans woman. She ended up killing someone. Do you know she transitioned back to being a boy so the cops couldn't find her? And I'm trying to save. So this when I told her about it, she got mad at me, and I was like, she was like, "Are you jealous?" She called me all kind of names. You jealous, bitch? You jealous of me? I said, sis, I'm trying to tell you what's going on. I just posted a video on here. Let me see if it's. I just posted a video, babe. I didn't post a video of us fighting because my hands was busy. I can't fight and do videos, honey. I can't set the camera up. Anyway, so next thing I know, this girl following behind me in New York, and she's screaming out, "I'm gonna kick your so and so and so and so." So I'm like, "Yo, man, I'm not gonna fight you. Like, I'm not fighting. I'm going." So I'm walking. I'm still here. Everybody turn around because she's calling me out my name. That's fine. I'm walking. So I walked a little faster to get away from her. She's still calling out my name. So I went all the way around the corner. I was like, I'm not gonna be bothered with her. I'm not fighting this girl. So walked around the corner and everything. Got to the corner. Here she come. What you gotta say now? She pulls out a switchblade. Now she wants to stab me because I told her to be careful because the girl's been pumping the girls and the girls been getting sick. The same girl I warned her about killed another girl. Killed her. Detransitioned back to being a boy so the cops can't find her. I'm trying to save your life, and then she'll text me. So she comes over and she pulls out a switchblade. She said, "What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now?" I was like, "This Raven, like, really, you gonna do this to me?" She's like, "What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now?" So anyway, next time I went up the street, the cops came and they said, "Hello, Raven." I was like, "Hi." So I turned around and I was trying to find out how the cops knew my name. Oh my God. I hate how we are so cruel to each other. Oh, yes, Joseph. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And she pulled out a blade and everything. And I said, "Oh, God, that's what we doing." At that time, I never left. I'll just say this. At that time, I never left out the house alone. So when she pulled out her blade, I went in my pocketbook and pulled out my stuff. And then she says, "Oh, Raven, you know what? I always liked you. You know, I don't understand what's happening between us." Change of heart, huh? So you thought Raven traveled alone, huh? Okay. All of a sudden, after that night, she went and told the cops. So the cops, a gang of cops was at, I was on my way to work, and a gang of cops saw me. They was like, "Hey, Raven, hey, Raven." So I turned around. I didn't recognize anybody. I knew it couldn't have been the cops calling my name because I don't know the cops. So this, "Hey, Raven, hey, Raven." Turned around again. And this is on Christopher Street, New York City. So I turn around again. And cop walks to me. I said, "Who's calling my name?" He says, "Me, Raven." I said, "How you know my name?" He said, "We all know your name." And all the cops started laughing at me in New York. And I was like, interesting. And then they said, "Do you know so-and-so?" I was like, "Yeah." They started laughing. I was like, "Okay." And I kept walking. What were you carrying that made her change her mind? That'd be my secret. But you see, she changed her mind, didn't you? Raven, I could make videos on YouTube, but I am not going to risk it. Have you heard about those YouTubers getting murdered lately? Girl, I've been hearing about YouTubers getting murdered for years. My whole channel has been dedicated to murders. I got friends that's in my head, trust and believe. I don't post videos of where I'm at. I don't post videos of my location. I don't post videos or nothing no more. Only because of those reasons right there. I have people behind the scenes that's in my ears that tell me don't show my location. If y'all notice, I never show. It's a lot of videos I could do within location I am in. I don't post videos about those locations. I don't. Like I said before, there are a lot of people watching me behind the scenes. A lot of people. I'm aware of a lot of things. I have trust issues. And when I say I have trust issues, because people I trust, they have betrayed me. So if a person like me who's been betrayed a lot, it's not hard for me. We stay ready. But like my sister Miss Bad say, right, Leo? I know she up here. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. We don't even walk outside the door not ready. We go outside every day as if we about to go outside to fight. We don't go outside as if we just gonna go, let me just look beautiful. No, honey, we go outside as if somebody waiting for us outside to fight. We go out that way. We don't go outside looking all fabulous and like ain't nothing going to happen. That's right, sister. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We don't live that life. We don't walk outside with flip flops on. We don't walk outside. We stay on ready. So when you show up, you get the gag surprise, just like the rest of them girls did. You got the gag surprise. We I live in the real world. Like I said before, I tell anybody, if you don't like my content, go to the channel and have fun. If you want to keep your butt alive, you stay over here because I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt. I'm going to let you know the truth. Like I always said before, tell the girls the truth. Tell the girls the truth. Stop lying to them. Stop leaving certain parts out. When you get these SRS surgeries, tell them everything. Because people don't tell y'all everything. They let y'all know little pieces in bit and let y'all figure it out. And the next thing you know, one of y'all done got murdered because nobody told y'all nothing. Tell them everything. Let them pull pieces for what they want to put about, but at least they know. I'd rather them be mad at being alive and dead and didn't know. And the thing about it is that a lot of times the girls be like, oh, she'll find out. She'll find out. She'll gag. Why she got to gag if you already know? Why she has to go through that? If you could tell her something, why would you do that to her? Hey, MG. Hey, Miss Harris. I'm a fan and I'm a sister. Love you. I told you, homegirl, who met you before knows you are a girl. I know we'll be ready. Go for what? Yes, honey. I stay ready. I stay ready. Hey, Star. How are you, sweetie? And the thing about it is that it's not like I'm looking for trouble because I'm not. But I know the world I'm living in. And I always say, once you've been to school and you've been educated, you can't walk away without learning something. And I sit up here and I created this channel because I want y'all to stay alive. I want y'all to know everything. And when I say this, I say women, cis women, trans women, whatever case may be. If it applies to you, you get it. Because the cis women go through the same thing the two-spirit women go through, whether you realize it or not. We do. Whether you want to share the playing field, but at the end of the day, they killing them just like they're killing us. The only difference is with us, we create more of a noise than the other women do within themselves. And the sad part about it is, when it comes to two-spirit women, we have two-spirit women that's trying to get other two-spirit women killed, just like the cis women got other women trying to get other black women killed. Unfortunately, we share that battlefield, which is horrible. That's why a lot of women always tell each other, we need to stick together. The two-spirit women, we said we need to stick together. But for some reason, we have a problem, a disconnect when it comes to sticking together. And at the end of the day, if a man does something to harm or hurt a woman would sit back and say, well, what did she do? Why is this coming from another woman? Maybe there are so many weird people out there. Just a year ago, I was being stalked by a guy I didn't even know. He was, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're always being followed. The skin is the best natural, girl. I'm using oils, things to keep it all together. I'm a two-spirit woman on another level. I have noise inside of me, but I'm trying. Me too, Harris. You have to maintain it. You have to maintain and stick together. You should stick together. All women should stick together. You have to stick together because at the end of the day, they don't discriminate on killing us. And the thing about it is that it's not saying all men are bad because it's not a male bashing thing. But the thing about it is that when a woman is murdered or killed, you never see the men go up, especially these trans attractive men. You never see them go up for the girls when they're being murdered. You don't see them. The only ones seen to hurt the most is the ones who look like us. Because their story is our story, their mirror image of ourselves. When you see a woman being murdered, just like the Breonna Teller, that affected me. I was upset because a lot of people didn't really take on to that. I was like, yo, listen, this is the woman that was in her bed. But it's unfortunate when it comes to the two-spirit women, y'all don't feel as though it's relatable. And I keep trying to tell you, when you're murdered, you think it's always murdered because I was a trans woman. No, you wasn't murdered because you was a woman. They've been killing women for years. And the problem is that a lot of times y'all don't understand what people are going through until you walk in their shoes. Now you're walking in their shoes, you're finding an excuse for this behavior, but it's not because of the trans, it's because you're a woman. You're sitting around looking just like a full-blown female, and they keep blaming on being trans. A lot of times these men don't even know what you are when they kill you. God forbid. But you thinking that's what it is. I think sometimes I think when you know you got the secret, you thinking everybody know. And people don't even be thinking like that. People don't even be thinking what you be thinking, but in your mind, you think everybody know. I try to get my sisters, but some just can't get. You know what the thing about it is? You can only have a conversation with the girls. If they don't want to accept it, you just leave. You leave because you can't help everybody. And a lot of times people have so many deaf ears. And when sometimes they come down to being betrayed, family issues, boyfriend issues, and they just don't want to hear nobody's comments in reference to trying to help them. He admitted to the police he was going to hurt me badly. Why? Because he was infatuated and didn't like who I was. Oh gosh. Yeah. A lot of times men have a problem with you. The thing about it is when you are a two-spirit woman, you're stepping into a new body. You're stepping into a whole new body, which is going to create a whole new experience. And when men relate you as a two-spirit woman, they're going to relate you to porn. And they're also going to think that you think like he thinks, that all you want is sex. All he's thinking in his mind is you just change your body, but your mind is like his mind. You think just like he think. You do things like he do. But you got wearing a mask, so you got sex with him. He made your whole transition about catering to his needs and not about who you are, not about how you trying to blend in, how you trying to find jobs, how you trying to coexist. He took that whole thing and erased it. You did what you did because you want me. You got men that are not even that you're not even attracted to telling you that you want him. It's like, I don't want you. Yes, you do, because of what I am. I'm a man and you want to be a woman. So he start disrespecting you. Right. And pulling my, there you go. Men could be so disheartened. Oh yes, game. Well, I killed him just live and truth. I do it. It exposed. It's annoying when you can't even walk down the street and have a normal day. Every guy thinking you want. That's true. That's true. And that's the thing about it, is that the guys was much younger too. He had very bad intentions. He was backyard. I just got cussed out yesterday by a guy 18 years old. He told me off. I mean, he was so angry with me. He told me off. Yes, at the block up. He just jumped in my case and he was very angry with me. Because I told him, okay, I'm an OG, whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, when you're 18 years old, to me, you a baby. I get it. It's disrespectful to call a grown man a baby. I get it. Because a little 4 years old be like, I'm not a baby. I get it. I get it. But to me, when you 18 years old, you a baby. I'm sorry. No disrespect. It's like, I'm a grown ass, nah. I'm about to be 19 years old. Okay, you about to be 19 years old. Okay. When I tell you, he was so angry. Listen to me. I'm talking to you. Would you let me talk to you? I'm like, okay, well, why are you so angry? And he just was so mad. So I'm looking at him and I said, go ahead and talk. So he's screaming at me, hollering at me. Remind you, I don't even know this guy. And I haven't met him in person, clearly. He's all on my Instagram and my DMs. He hit the live because he wanted to go live and tell me off. So I'm listening to this young man tell me off. He's, I've been hurt before. Women has hurt me. You think you the only one been hurt? I've been on your YouTube live. I've been on your YouTube live. I was like, okay. Well, you think you the only one been hurt? I want to be with you. I said, but you too young. I know I'm young, but I'm a real man. I'm a grown man. Don't you want a man? You're too young for me. He's. I'm like, you're 18 years old. You're still a baby. I'm sorry. I don't want nobody's baby in my bed. I'm not a baby. I was like, listen. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I gotta go. It's bad enough I got to deal with the older men treat me like dirt, but you just a baby, and I get it. You want to get on top of Miss Raven, do your business, but child, I dated a 20-year-old when I was 40. He was tormented he tormented my soul. He was very possessive, bossy, and beat me. Exactly. He's a baby. Of course, he's a baby. You're messing with a baby. I mean, I get it. He's a young man, but it's a baby. And this is the thing I always tell men. I was like, listen, if we go to years back and we think of 10 years back, in your case, like 20 years back or 30 years back, how old would you be? If I'm 30 and you're, how many years we come back for 18 years old? I said, that's how old I see you. So he got upset, started freaking out on me. It is what it is. I think the problem is that's not my thing. I mean, to me, listen, if you want to date 20 years old, if you want to date 18 years old or 21, that's up to you. That's fine. If it works for you, if you like it, I love it. Me, the kind of person I am, I cannot date, I cannot date, I cannot, I cannot date a baby. I mean, I can't date a baby. And a lot of times they'll lie to me about their age, but I don't want nobody's baby in my bed. I understand you 18, understand 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I get it. I just have a problem dating a baby because the thing about it is when you're dating someone that young, you have to be very careful what you're saying because you could ruin them mentally. You have to be very protective of your words because basically you're now raising this man, whether you realize it or not. You are a part of raising him. So you have to be careful of your words and you have to be careful what you say to him because you could hurt him and you could stump his growth. So you have to encourage him. You have to be nurturing. You have to do, child, let his mama do that. Let him find some around his age. Let them grow together. I have always dated younger men, younger than me. I slept the same, all this. Yeah, I get younger men too. I just don't want no baby. I date younger men, but I don't want it to be such a huge gap. When you're 18 years old, that's too young for me. 19 years old is too young for me. 20 years old is too young for me. 21 years old is too young for me. I don't want no babies. I'd have a problem dealing with 30 years old. Then you deal with the 40 years old. Then you deal with the 50 years old. Then you deal with the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. And they've gotten older, but their mind is still thinking like they're only 16, 17 years old. You got an 80-year-old man acting like he only 15, 16 years old. Stupid. Now you would think since he's older, he's learned something. He's just as dumb as a box of rocks. But he feels as though he looks good like an 18-year-old boy, young man with tight skin, and you old and your skin is wrinkled. Like you wrinkled all up, but yet and still you think you a catch. And a lot of men I dealt with feel as though they are fonder than wine. And I do believe that girls have pumped them up. The thing, for some reason, I realize when it comes to girls, they pump these men up so much, and they let these men degrade them so badly that he feels up here after he finished taking. Because once he's degraded and throw away, he feels up here. Then he comes across another girl. She lets him feel up here. He degrades her, throw her away, and then he meets a girl like Raven. And then he goes, "Well, who the hell do you think you are?" Yeah, you're gonna get young boys because you're young, you fresh meat. He looking at your body. The biggest thing to a young man is taking down an older woman. He want to see what it's like to have sex with a young older woman. That's just some fantasy fulfilled. It's not a ongoing thing. It's just a fun thing. And basically, once he has sex with you, he's gonna call his friends up and they're gonna talk about you and the noises you made in the bed. They're gonna have fun. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna show you a picture. They're gonna show you a picture. They're gonna laugh at you. It's fun. And when they get older, they're gonna laugh at you even more. So here it is, you like, oh my God, he's so nice, he's so sweet. He could be my husband. No, sweetie, he's not your husband. You're gonna be part of the fun. He's gonna share with his boys and get home. They're all gonna laugh at you. And that's what it is. Right. They all be thinking they fine. I met men that's really still thinking they on 10 level. And it's crazy because they don't care. They don't care that they hurt you. True, all women. I had a child once. I said, "Oh no, I don't want your mommy coming at." Thank you, Miss Harris. That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, your mother. If your mother find out about me, she gonna come after me with a shotgun, honey. I know you is not messing my baby. That's how I be feeling. I think it's because if you raise young men, I got a stepson, so I helped raise a young man. He's in this picture right back here. And when you raise little young men and stuff, you don't see men the same. I mean, I'm just saying me. Now, some people may no problem with me. When you look at them and then raise them, and you see one of them come through the door, all you see is a kid. No disrespect to young people, but you have respect for them, and you know your role. You can't say certain things to them because you could hurt their feelings. And with the man, if you hurt his feelings, he's not going to tell you he hurt his feelings. He's going to get quiet. And once he gets quiet, he's thinking. And then once he's thinking, he starts seeing things differently. You've hurt him. Now, if you say to him, "Did I say something wrong that hurt you?" He's going to say, "No, I'm good." He's hurting. If you say, "If I say anything wrong because you're talking about it," "No, I said I'm good." He's not good, but he's not going to tell you. Then all of a sudden, you say, "Well, I'm not perfect. If I did anything, I said I'm good." Now at that point, he canceled everybody. Now he on the whole world. He gonna dog everybody. When he can have a conversation with you to get it out of him, he ain't gonna do that. Now he all upset on the whole world's got to pay. I had fun with most of them. Handful, very jealous and controlling. Good thing I only dated older men, even though after everything I had seen, witnessed, the older men are just as worse as the young ones. The only reason why I give the younger ones a pass is because they're just young. They don't. If we think when we were really young, we thought we knew it all. We was like, "Don't tell me I'm not stupid," because we knew it all. We've been through a lot. We felt, and then when you got older, you was like, "Damn, I didn't know much as I thought." Now that I've got older, I thought I knew it all. It's so much about this world I don't even know. But at that time, I knew it all. I'm not no kid. Don't be telling me, because you think you know it all because of so much experiences in your mind. But when you get older, you find there's a lot you didn't know, and you're like, "Whoa!" You get real quiet. Hey Raven, how are you? Hi Magic, how are you? How are you, love? Is this K? Magic? I'm just giving a K out if you know what I'm talking to. Is this K? I'm not gonna say your name. Just don't give your name out either. But is this K? Anyway, men also they're hurt. They take it out on others. Exactly my point. Oh, you said it anyway. Okay. May Kevin, how are you? I know I saw it. You said it. Honestly, I so love my current man. He is so much fun. There are good men out there. There are good men. You just got to interview. And the thing about it is that I think I'm okay, love. I just think in order to find a good man, you have to be ready to find a good man. You can't go from man to man to man looking for a man. Whenever you deal with a man and you leave him alone, you have to go through a healing process. A lot of times we don't never heal. We just go from, I think they call it serial daters. We just grab the next person. We grab the next person, grab the next person. And you never heal. So everything that's that person hurt you with, you bring it to the next person. I don't mind dealing with younger men. I take them for what they're worth. You know what, Tally? Sometimes it's not even good. Sometimes, Tally, give me mm. But if it's with them, no shame my game. I'm with you, Tally. Girl, but sometimes they don't be knowing what they doing, girl. He's been tested. He won't leave my site. Okay. All right. There it is. Then you bless, honey. There are good men out here and stuff. Yeah. You just gotta do the research. You gotta do the work. I can't be with a man because I'm too jaded. And I would have to heal. In order for me to heal, I'm gonna need men to leave me alone so I can heal. But if another man hurts me and another man keeps hurting me, I'm not gonna heal because I'm gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse. It's kind of like being in a fist fight. Okay, you won. Just walk away. Let me get enough chance here. I'm gonna go away and just heal myself. Then I'm gonna come and get you. But Raven, I'm sorry. I don't like men anymore. I feel out of place sometimes. Okay, well, what do you do? Who are you dating now, Davis? Women? Healing is that's true. Yeah, healing is hard, but you got to do it. You have to heal because remember, this is your mental. You don't want mental abuse. Mental abuse is real, baby. Mental abuse is just as bad as the physical, but mental abuse is worse because you got to wake up and you got to divorce those feelings and those thoughts, and it could be really detrimental to your soul. We already talked about our age difference, and we mentioned, well, we have a special thing. Okay, well, you have the power to do so. I took a year and a half. Yes, you have to. You have to. You have to, Miss Harris. Self realization takes time. Yes, true. You have to literally date yourself. You have to date yourself. You have to mentally give yourself a break. You got to. That's right. You become a baddie. People need to lift others up. Let's see, tearing them down. That's true. Good luck with that though, Deshaun, because it's funny. I was watching this guy on this one channel, and this guy was they was doing a conference, and I try when I watch people who blog and stuff, and then when it's and I'm not making it a racial thing, but sometimes when I watch black people, or should I say black men, but I'm gonna say black men in this case. Um, hey Hope, how are you? That's why the best to stay clear from relationships, especially knowing that I am hopeless, romantic, unfortunately. Me too, Hope. I'm the same way. So I love hard, and I can't just not love you, even though we don't get along. I don't like you, but I still love you. I'm that kind of person. But I was on this one live, and this one guy started talking about Barack Obama, black guys. It was all black people, three black men and one black girl, and they were talking about Barack Obama, and he was talking about all this negative stuff about him. And I'm sitting there looking at this, and I'm looking at this, and there was one guy on there. I'm not gonna say the names, but I was. Oh, you saw it? You saw it, Harris? And oh, you loving her? Okay. So the thing is, like, I'm sitting, I'm watching them talk about it, and I'm saying to myself, Why is it that we get we that they say we have more than one black president, but Barack Obama is the one we know as of now. So why is it that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they done all the memes, disrespecting her and a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm not gonna talk about the fact that I've seen people on Facebook disrespecting Michelle and black of culture skin, but yet and still we used to hang on trees. We were lynched. We were put inside of ships. We had to stand up. We picked cotton. We was abused. We was tied to trees. We were hung. We were set on fire. We were killed. We were tortured. We were put on a fence. Mothers was deliver babies, cut out of their bodies. Women's being tested, killed. Men being raped, killed, hung on trees, put on suits, going to work, being killed because they were trying to get too far, being killed for voting, fighting in the wars, going to wars, fighting, coming back, becoming slaves. Here it is, black faces sitting up here talking about Michelle and Barack Obama. And I was so angry, and I got high blood pressure. I was so angry that it bothered me so bad. And then this black guy with dreads saying, well, kill them all for what they were doing. Da, 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 da. So this is funny to you. So this is a joke to now I'm on 10. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, Raven, you have to walk away because your blood is going to, when I get upset, blood start running down my nose. It's not funny, but blood start running down my nose and I'm upset. So I'm like, I'm sitting up and I'm looking at this, and I was like, so I went to his page and I'm watching. He's just like a real a-hole. Like he just real stupid, and he's gay, and he's stupid and gay. And the thing about it is, this is funny to him. This is all hilarious to him, and I'm upset, and I'm very upset behind this. And I'm like, I said, if I say something back, I'm gonna get upset. Oh yeah, he was saying this. It's on Instagram. And I'm upset and I'm watching this and I'm pissed off. And I'm like, this is a joke to you? This is a joke to you? We got so many things going on behind the scenes, but this is funny to you. This is funny to you. And I went to his page and he was having a conversation with a white person. And the white person basically started laughing at him. And he was like, because he stood up and said, well, black people don't commit crime. We don't do anything. So I was like, oh, so you just an asshole. So you just like to make fun of. So all this stuff is funny going on. So all this racial stuff going on and all this black stuff. This is all a joke to you. This is funny. So this is what you use in your platform for. And the thing about it that made me upset is that they would take this person and they would put him on their platform and to make this type of content and then share with the world. And it became so problematic for me. And I became upset because I'm like, this is not funny to me. These are real people. Do you know about guilty by association? Let's be honest. All white people are not bad. All white people are not bad. But due to the fact that their skin is white, they get pulled in on the racism. All black people are not bad. But due to the fact that we have black people that's standing on to kill ourselves and going to the right, left, and actually showing up the white supremacy parties and stuff like this. Here it is, you are there with them and your skin is black. What is going on? What are you doing? Now, I'm not saying everybody can't have a community, but at the end of the day, do those people hanging from trees don't exist? Is this funny to you? Is this funny to you? And the thing about it that gets me the most is that when something happens to you, we're supposed to scream out loud, hashtag say their name. Say your name for what? You went straight into the fire, you broke bread, and you said it's okay to kill us and it's okay to do the things y'all doing. And at the end of the day, when it comes to the rioting and stuff, you have a bunch of white people sitting up there, got Black Lives Matter on their shirts. And you got black people saying, oh, it's okay. Who cares? So it's just not adding up to me. I've saw tons of parade with white people saying Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Then I watched another video showing that they were saying that black people were looting and they were destroying stuff like that. But then, they shot within the media and stuff like that. They shot over different areas and stuff, showing that black people looting and stuff like that. And they were tearing down their own community and stuff like that. And it was like, well, why are black people looting? I says, no, it's not that black people are looting. Why don't you show where everybody's looting? Don't take a video and just sell the black people. Show this whole bunch of people looting. But y'all don't show that part. Y'all only show that part. Y'all have certain ways y'all control the media where y'all present this stuff out. And the thing about it is that when people don't do the right research and don't watch how things are being programmed, set out here all over the internet, people follow the pattern of, well, I read it this way, but maybe you read it wrong. Maybe you read it wrong. They keep saying, well, the Bible has been rewritten. Yes, the Bible has been rewritten, but why do y'all still follow the Bible? Y'all know a lot of things, but yet still, y'all don't care. And it becomes problematic with me is when you walk around with black faces in it and still you putting down our first black president. Y'all disrespecting the woman president. You're calling her out name. Is this funny? Is this funny? And you just looking at them and saying, well, how could you say this? Yeah, but how could you say this? And I saw the thing with her. She was, and the thing about it is like they had a picture and they took Michelle Obama and they took it and what's the thing it's called? Interface. You could take somebody's face and you could put it into replace face or something. It's all over the internet where you could put your face in somebody's body where you could be, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you could put your face in somebody's body and be that person and stuff. And you could do videos and stuff like that. Interface or something. I don't know what it's called. But it's like a new app that's out. So what they did was they took a guy's face and they put Michelle's face in a guy's they took Barack and took a guy's face and Barack was standing next to a guy and they took Michelle's face and put it in there and tried to say that's whatever. And the thing about it was a black girl that posted and says, I wonder, is this true? So that's funny to you. So you don't find a problem with what you're doing. You don't find a problem with what you're doing. Instead of you deleting that, making sure we don't see it, you trying to set it up and say, this is funny. What's funny about that? Why is that funny? That's not entertaining. Do you understand what you're doing? They don't even follow the Bible. They never have. They don't even follow the Bible. They don't do shit. Yeah. Thank you for making this video. I'll subscribe. I'll make sure. Thank you, love. The thing about it is that it makes me so upset. Now I'm sitting here looking at this and I've watched this over and over and over and over. And I want to say something back so bad. But I know I got high blood pressure. And I know they're going to say something back. And I know I'm going to get upset. And like a lot of my friends will tell me, why do you get yourself so upset, Raven? You better stop. I told y'all I got high blood pressure, which means I'm about to die soon. It's not funny, but you already know I told you before. I'm about to croak. Anyway, so the thing is like, it gets me upset. It's because I'm like, I cannot understand why would you sit up there. I'm watching a guy that's black, got a Make America Great Again hat on his head, talking about something. He's talking about something. I was like, why are you there? Why are you there? It was a guy. Listen, I date international. That means I don't date color. I date the person. So I date white, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican, Indian, whatever the case may be. I date all races. I have no problem with any race, clearly. So I was seeing this guy and stuff, and he's white. His sister is a Trump supporter, which is fine. Listen, do what you got to do. At the end of the day, I don't care. That's your business. And then he says, well, he's giving me, he wanted to be my boyfriend. That's a whole nother story. So I told him, I said, do you realize that he has taken away the rights of jobs? Like we can be discriminated against, the religious bill that basically is saying that you don't have to hire us for jobs. You also don't have to treat us. You're asking to throw doctors in jail for treating us or helping us within the transit, giving us medicine. They don't have to do that. You can fire us for a job for who we are. Do you realize what he's doing to us? I said, do you realize they're throwing people on the street due to COVID-19 because they can't pay their rent? He says, oh, I don't believe that. I said, I'm telling you. He says, no, you just a Democrat. You're not a Republican. So I said, really? He says, no, they're not throwing people on the street. So I said, well, let me sit you down. So I set him right down, right on this bed, and I pressed YouTube, and I said, look at this. So he goes, when was this? So I said, look at the date. Oh, this was a few hours ago. I said, yeah, but let me show you. So I clicked through all of them. So he gets quiet. Now, remind you, now you sitting here getting it for yourself. Now, you said it wasn't happening. This is why I love YouTube. I was like, this is what's happening. So it's this day, he's like, oh, I didn't know. I said, but did you know they discriminate against me for medicine? He says, oh, I don't believe that. I said, but you don't believe nothing. So my thing is, why are you here? Oh, I don't want to be with you. I don't want it to become like a Republican Democrat thing. So how could you want to be with me and then you want to build a life with me and move me away to Florida so y'all can shoot me and say you was felt threatened for your life because of your gun laws and you ain't taking me out there to shoot me? So he's like, well, I want to build a life with you. I'm buying a house, and that's fine, but I ain't going nowhere with you. Here it is, you supporting someone who does not value my life. And the thing about it is that he's like, well, I don't believe those are true. I said, I'm telling you, it's true. If I need medicine, you can discriminate against getting me medicine so I can live. And the thing about it is like, why is it that you're willing to close your eyes to what I'm telling you? But you want to be with me. Please make it make sense. How do you want to build a life with me and you support people that don't accept me? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Now, to me, and I'm not trying to sound like a racist because I'm not. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But to me, if you don't stand with me, and if it came time for you to pick them versus me, you'll tell them to round up the boys and tell them to come get me to prove your loyalty to them. But you're supposed to love me, you're supposed to care about me, and yet you handing me over to make sure you can save face within your thing. So now we're not really there to me. So I feel like this, in order for you to be with me, you got to be on board of everything of me. You have to be on board with everything with me. I believe in interracial dating because there are good people out there. One of my good girlfriends is, I don't wait to say that the good girlfriend's white, but I got girlfriends. I got female friends that are all walks of life. A lot of my female friends are white. So, and a lot of my male friends are white. But the thing about it is, even within that, when you think about your own black people, think about that, how a lot of your own black people treat you just as bad, treat you worse, and they got your skin, and they're the ones trying to make sure you don't get in the way of life. They're the ones trying to kill you, and they walk around with your skin, and they making fun of you. They're trying to make sure they stop you, and they got your skin up on you. So why would you be my skin and trying to destroy me? This is the reason why I say we talk to people within who they are, not the skin that we wear. We didn't choose this. We just was born with it. We try to make it work with it. We're being given. But at the end of the day, we have to listen to the people's words and hear what's coming out their mouth to realize, oh, okay. I actually saw a video about a woman. I actually posted it on YouTube, and she was saying in reference to a lot of things that were very positive, and she was a white woman. And she was talking in reference to how society is set up, that when a black person goes for a job and she wears braids, she's discriminated against because it's a political statement. By her being black and wearing braids, it's a political statement. If a black woman wears her hair in the natural hair, that's a political statement, which to us is just hair. But it's appropriation because of culture and stuff like that. That's what is set up of what, it's going out. They said, but when a white person does it, it's celebrated. Wow, she looks beautiful. This is wonderful. The whole thing about it is separated within the culture, how it's separated, how it's celebrated. When Bo Derek wore braids, it was beautiful. When Kim K wore it was beautiful. When the black girls wore it was called a Black Lives Matter movement. It was something negative, and that's not what it was. It's just a hairstyle, period, point blank. But if you don't fit within a marginalized community, they feel as though it's a statement. It's not a statement at all. Sometimes you just want a job and just go to work. Sometimes it's not about a whole bunch of a statement. Sometimes it's just hair. I got blonde hair on. It's just a wig, but it's just hair. It's not that deep. But for some reason people, but what's the real reason why you got that? You got blonde hair because you don't support your heritage? You got blonde hair because you're not really for your people. No, it's just it's hair. It's not a human. It's just hair. It flops on. It flops off. It's not a political statement. It's just hair. Hair appropriation. Listen, it is what it is. People would rather sacrifice their history and beliefs just for a seat at the table, never realizing they don't want you there. It's the truth, though. Exactly, I agree with you, Matthew. And the thing about it, it's just overwhelmingly exhausting to different people. And then there are people like me who don't care about all this racism stuff like that. We don't care about this stuff. We're all about making money. We're all about making grown. We're all about trying to make things better for each other. Then we got other people that start in trouble. Now you start in trouble here. You start to be like, oh my God, we're guilty by association. Y'all pulling us in on y'all BS. We don't want none of this stuff, but we got to be pulled into it because y'all doing it. Now we got to watch y'all back. Y'all going to there starting stuff here. Y'all got to start stuff here. I was watching them burn. I was watching them burn a Black Lives Matter banner on Twitter. White Supremacy, they call the boys something. The boys back or some. The boys, I don't know what it's called. The boys something. And they would burn this stuff, and there was like 125 guys, and they were burning. And I'm like, what is this? Why is this going on? Like, why is this important? Why? They turned the Black Lives Matter into a movement against them. What does this mean? Well, it's because you're trying to say all lives don't matter. That's not what it means. The whole matter is that it's saying stop killing us. That's all it's saying. Don't kill us. You know what you're seeing. You want to close your eyes to it. And then the thing about it was I've seen videos of young children trying to educate their parents, saying that you have, what's this thing the young girl was trying to educate her mother? She says white privilege. She said you have white privilege. The white woman says, well, I go out to work every day and I go out to make my money. I bust my butt. And she probably does. And she says, and no one never gave me anything. I pay for your clothes. I pay for everything you got on, which she probably do. She says, but when a cop stops a black person, it's because the black person done something bad. And that's the reason why they end up getting shot. And that's where she was wrong. And it goes back to saying when I said to Spring, you never know what no one is going through until you walk in their shoes. Now, what she needs to do is go out and get one of those real professionals to paint her face black and put her on an Afro wig and then walk in the shoes. Because then her conversation would be different. Because you never know what no one is going through until you walk in their shoes. You can't be on the outside saying, oh, I understand and I understand, until you look like one of them. When you look like one of them and you're walking around with one of them, you'll get treated like one of them. And the thing about it is that you never know what nobody is going through. And I believe that it's a very much disconnect, because a lot of times people don't feel like it's going to happen to them, and it's not, especially if it's not part of your storyline. When we have young people, when a mother sits down and tells her son or her daughter or her husband, when they sit down and tell her husband or son or daughter, but basically most of the time the men, but it's the women too as well. If a cop stops you, comply. When a cop stops you, comply. And this is the way I see it. A lot of times, men are freed. When you are a person of color, when a cop stops you, the first thought is in your head is he's coming to kill me. You're not thinking he's about to write me a ticket. You're not thinking, oh, I must have ran a stoplight. You're not thinking these things. You're thinking, this man behind me is about to kill me, and I need to contact everybody in this car and let people know online or everywhere I can that I'm about to be murdered by this man who's going to shoot me. But that's not the conversation that white people have when they get stopped by the cops. This is what they hear. What did I do? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. They'll tell them, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not opening the door. I'm not. What did I do? What did I do within the law? I'm not doing it. When a black person sits up and says, I'm not going to answer that, He busts open the door. He snatches it out. They start beating on him. So what is the disconnect? Or he'll shoot the window and they'll fall through. So where's the disconnect there? Now they'll see those things and they'll watch. Oh, well, that's just one example. Now just imagine how many of them that's been killed that hasn't been filmed. And the thing about it, they try to create this narrative that so many more white people have been killed than black people, which I believe is false. Because where are the bodies? If they've been killed, where are the bodies? Y'all made the comments. Where's these bodies y'all keep complaining about? Where are the bodies? Y'all says more white people been killed, but where are the bodies? You can't say something without showing us proof. And the thing about it is that I don't want to make it a racial thing, but we have to deal with the truth here. We cannot sit back and see. If we don't address the problem, we will never have the solution. We will never come to part. We have children coming behind us. We have to make things better. We have to address things to get this stuff out the way, or we're going to keep prolonging these conversations, and our younger baby's going to be doing it, and the next baby's behind them, and we have to create the conversation to stop this. We all have to learn to exist together and stop trying to create the separation within ourselves. We also have to sit around and be around each other, but we should be able to respect each other's lives and not make everybody's story about our story. But it's sad when, very true, it happened to me as a white man, and the cop stood there stupid after I told him why he was wrong. Exactly. Thank you, Playback. And that's the thing. It's horrible, but we can, when we tell our young men or women that to comply with the cops, we're not guaranteed we coming home. Now just imagine this in your mind. If somebody's coming to kill you, are you just going to sit there and wait? You're going to shoot your car. You're going to drive off. You scared. At least if I die, I'm going to die in front of my house. If I'm going to get killed, I'm going to get killed in front of my house. Because that's all you're thinking. You're not thinking he's coming to talk to me. Was Fernando Castro? He's like, I have a gun on me, officer. I'm going to reach for my gun. And the cops said, okay. So went to go reach for the gun. He shot him. And he said, why did you go for you? Why did you do that? He said, well, he told you he was about to go for his wallet. He told you he had a gun. He said, but he's standing still with the gun in his hand like this shaking. And the reason why it does that, because when it comes to time for the shooting gallery, they're using black faces. It is what it is. And he only followed the direction he was told. And the thing about it is that we have to have people that's within the truth as to address these situations and bring an awareness of what's actually happened. If you train a cop to kill and you're using black faces to do the shooting, when the black face shows up, he's already been trained to shoot. So when our faces show up, the only time it matters is when I felt so bad because I was not right. And I put myself in the black man's position. The cops as pigs. Being stopped really made me think, yes, it does. You got to walk away from. A lot of us don't. No one knows that feeling until they experience. Exactly my point. Playback. I got beaten by the cops before. I got beaten by the cops. I was 13 years old. I got beaten by the cops. I was with my mother. And I was 13 years old. I was going to the store with her. And I went to the store and stuff. And walking around the store with her, I wandered off and walking around, and I would go to the aquarium. When they had the fish and stuff. With the fish, I was looking at the fish and stuff. And these cops came to me. And it was like, what are you doing? I was like, what? So they grabbed me. They lift me up. And they took me in the back room. Now, in my mind, I didn't know who they was. They wasn't dressed as cops. They had plain clothes on. It was a bunch of black and white cops. They lift me up. They took me in the back room. Now I'm thinking to myself, I'm screaming because I don't know what's going on. It's a bunch of men. They just grab me. They take me to this back room. I don't know what's going on. This is me gullible because I don't know nothing about this world. All I know, and these men are grabbing me. They take me to the back. And at that point, I think I wore about a good 90 pounds the most. 100 pounds if I got soaking wet, but anything I was underweight, skinny. So they took me, they handcuffed me, and they took me and they threw me straight against the wall. So I went straight against the wall. Everything about me busted. Blood running out my arms, blood running in my face. And then they said, "You were stealing." So I'm like, "Stealing what?" So they brought a bag over to me with some stuff in it. They said, "You were stealing this bag." I said, I said, if I was stealing, why wouldn't I have the bag in my hand? They said, "Well, why are you in the store?" I said, "I'm in the store with my mother." They started laughing. "Oh, you're with your mother." I said, "Yes, I'm in here with my mother." It was like, "Well, let's hear your mother. If your mother's here, let's call in the intercom." They all laughing at me and stuff. Now, remind you, I'm bloodied up, bleeding on my arms and stuff. They threw me into a room. They had a desk, and I mean, they threw me like. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Can y'all hear me? So they're laughing at me and they're making fun of me as can y'all hear me? Is y'all good? Oh, we still good. Okay. So they're laughing at me and stuff and they're making fun of me and stuff. And I'm looking at of course I'm crying. I was a crybaby then. I was a big crybaby. And so I'm crying and stuff and they laugh and said, "Well, let's call your mother." So I told them my mother's name, so they called through on the intercom. They're like laughing. They're like, "You going to jail? You tried to steal this stuff." They had a whole bag of stuff in there. And I was like, "Oh my God, they're framing me for something I didn't do. Like I didn't come to steal. I didn't do stealing." So anyway, I come out and stuff, and then my mother comes. They call my mother on the intercom. She comes to the room. She's like, "What's going on?" And they look in shock because they didn't expect her to show up. She was like, "What's going on?" It was like, no, wait, before that. So they was like, "No, you're going to jail, you're going to jail." And then before that, oh yeah, I'm skipping something. Okay. So then they threw inside the thing in this room, they laughing, talking, and then there was somebody sitting in the intercom, "He's getting away, he's getting away, he's getting away, he's getting away." And it was like, "No, no, no, we got him, we got him." And it was like, it was on the walkie-talkie, "He's getting away, he's getting away." And it was running after person. It was like, "No, no, we got him in the room, we got him in the room." So he opened the door. He said, "That's not the person," and closed the door back. And then they started, oh, so they was like, "Well, where's your mother at?" They didn't apologize. Now remind you, I got handcuffs on me. I got blood running down my arms. And they didn't apologize to me. So they realized they had the wrong person. And then they called the woman, they called my mother, and then she came inside. She said, "Well, what's going on?" It was like, "Oh, mistaken identity. You can take them home." So she was like, "Well, what's going on?" They was like, "Oh, we thought it was somebody else stealing." And she's looking at them and she's upset. She's like, "Come on." Our mother has a nervous, like, "Come on, let's get you out of here because I don't know what's going on here." So she got me out of there and unhandcuffed me. At this point, my arms are swelled up and stuff. And I'm sitting at the foot of her bed and I'm crying. And she called, saying what she didn't understand what happened. It was like, at this time, she was like, "You should sue them, and stuff like that." And this is the thing about it. I never really talked about that part. But then after that, I never saw cops the same again. When I knew that they could just beat me and frame me for something I didn't even do. If it wasn't for another cop saying that I didn't do it, they was going to lock me up. They was going to take me straight away. I was going straight away. If that cop didn't say I was the wrong person, they could have took me straight away. And I guess due to the fact they had the cameras, because if he wouldn't have said that, y'all wouldn't have known about me. I'd have been in jail right now for something I did not do. And I'd have been sitting in jail for a whole bunch of time trying to get me out. And for what? And that's the thing about it. And the thing about it, there are good cops out here and stuff like that, but there are a lot of cops that are crooked. And due to the fact that so many people has been locked up and put in jail, it's crazy out here. And then you got these Black people online who's basically shooting down Barack and Michelle Obama. It makes me angry because I'm like, do you not see what they look like? Do you not have that mirror image of yourself? Do you not celebrate the fact that they got that far? Do you not see the things you're doing? They don't care. It is such a disconnect. It is such a disconnect we have within this community. It is crazy. And I talked to someone else that was saying, he was talking about another guy. He was talking about that within the black men need to stand up for women and stop putting women down and stuff. It was a man, it was a woman online basically saying that she made a certain amount of figures. I don't know if y'all saw the video, but she makes a certain amount of money and she wanted a man who could equal her money. She didn't want to take care of a man. And a black man told her that she could never have that type of man because of the way she looked. That she was 32 years old and she wasn't like an eye candle. She was not beautiful enough to have a man who makes that kind of money. This came from a black man shooting down a black woman. And this is the pattern that I keep noticing that they follow. Hello, sister. How are you, love? Haynes, how are you? And the thing about it is that why would you put her down knowing all she goes through? But as sisterhood, what I've learned being myself, the abuse of woman is so overwhelming. It is so overwhelming. I've tried to talk to guys about, he's like, I try to speak to women on the street. They be so conceited. They be so stuck up. They can't speak back. It's not that she don't want to speak back. It's just she knows what comes with speaking back. There was a girl killed in Jersey City because she didn't speak back to a guy. He slapped her on the butt. She hit him for it. He killed him. And this is the problem. When a man feels as though he's entitled to your body, but in the same breath, if you did that to his mother and his daughter, he would be upset. But in the same breath, as a stranger, he feels entitled to your body. If you ever wonder why a lot of females don't walk around with makeup on, fully painted to the gods, because it sends a message out to the wrong man that you did that for him. You don't know this man. You never seen this man before, but in his mind, you are there for him. And everything on your body is his body. So when he pulls you to him and slap you in your face and try to beat you up, you have to fight back. And when you fight back, you can end up with bruises and a whole bunch of other things. And then they'll say, why are black women so angry? Because of what you do. You beat them. You see them on the street, you knock them up, you give them a baby, then you out of here. You give them a disease, act like nothing's ever happened. The thing about it is that there should be a lot more men that's basically trying to help a woman grow. But for some reason, the disconnect with men, I don't know what it is. They don't want to grow. They don't want to make their money pregnant. Not saying all men, but a lot of men don't want to grow. They don't want to make their money pregnant. I have taken, and a lot of women have taken men that they know they shouldn't have and try to build him up. He don't have a job. He don't have money. He don't have clothes. Well, let me help you. Let me assist you, my brother. Let me build you up. Let me help put you on your feet. Soon as you get him on the feet, he already found somebody else. Soon as you get him on the feet, boo become bitch. Not all men, but a lot of men I've tried to put up on their feet. I'm not even with them. There should be a foundation for me. There should be a foundation for me called dummy, because I've tried to help a lot of men get up on their feet. And not saying, yeah, you can do it. But see, when you come from where I come from and you see somebody that's down, you don't go, oh, that's a man that's a down, he's a bum. That's not where I come from. If I see a man that's down and he's broken, I don't say, oh, well, let him get up on his feet. I said, let me try to help you. I don't have much, but I'll try to help you get up on your feet. And let's make money together, make it build up. But a lot of times men look at you as stupid. So I'm stupid for helping you. I helped this one dude come out of prison. He was there for 15 years. I've helped him get up on his feet. And I was at work. And I think Miss Harris might compare to this. I was at work. And then my customers told me they were sorry that me and my boyfriend broken up. I said, we're not broken up. Well, he's with another girl. Then all of a sudden, his boys came to me and told me that I was treating him bad, that I broke up with him. And I was like, well, how do you know we was together? He used to take them out to, what's this place called? It was like someplace he used to take him to all out the east. He used to take my money and take his boys out to dinner to eat. So they was upset that I broke up with. I didn't break up with him. He cheated, and I just left him. So they was upset with me for leaving him alone because I wasn't giving him money. I had no idea. He was in prison for 15 years. I put him on his feet. I bought him clothes. I took him out to get a suit, get it tailored. I said, due to the fact that you a felon, due to the fact that you have a criminal history, you have to have presentation. So when you walk to them office, you have to look like a man that's about this unchanged. Because due to your track record, when they ask you where you've been for 15 years, you have to present yourself there very professional and let them know that you've a changed man. So you have to present yourself a certain way in order to exist in this world. So I cleaned him up, got his resume together, fixed a few things, critiqued it a certain way, got him together, set him up a email. I got him all up together, everything. This man, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but this man, yeah, exactly, Miss Harry. This man set up there, took advantage, used, played me out, and then moved on with a girl I introduced him to as my sister, and that's fine. The thing about it that hurt me was I didn't expect it, and also I felt as though I come from Gablehood before Two Spirit World. So when I had a boyfriend and he fell off, he can go in my bag, he can get the money. I always did that with my men. I never had a problem. If I'm in a relationship with someone, whether I was in a relationship with a female, when I was just with a man, I always made it that I'm your backbone. I'm making sure you don't hit the ground. I'm making sure if I have it, you got it. If I got $5, I will give you $4, and I'll try to make a way out the $4 quarters. I've always been like that kind of person trying to help you out. But in the same breath, I learned as I've gotten older how I moved was basically was not the right way. In some cases, not all. But the thing about it with him was that I tried to help him. Okay, years to pass on, we passed on that. And then we had a conversation, and he said the reason why that part makes 34 cents drop. Yeah. The thing about it was we connected a year later and stuff. We called me, wanted to contact me, and we went to talk. So we went met by the pier in New York City. And his excuse for doing what he did to me was, excuse me, he said, you did not allow me to be a man. If you would allow me to be a man, then I would have been with you. But you didn't allow me to be a man. He said, and you love me too much. You love me more than my mother loved me. So I was like, okay, so I didn't allow you to be a man. You just come out of prison. I'm trying to get you on your feet. I disrespect you clearly. I loved you too much clearly, so I did a lot of things wrong. Okay. He said, now the new girl I'm with now, she allowed me to be a man. She bought me PlayStation. I could sit inside the house and play games. So that's a man. So now you could sit in the room and play PlayStation, and that makes you a man. I said, okay, that's fine. He also said something else. I'll go share that part. But no, he said, you tried to kill me. That's what he said, which was true. I'm not going to lie. I did. I had anger issues. I didn't know it. I know now. But at the time, sometimes I learned. He actually introduced me to the word blackout. I never knew the word blackout until he came into my life. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. When a man is abusive, just leave. Do not stay. I don't care how much you love him. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how he makes you happy. If he's abusive, you have to go. And I'm gonna tell you why. What he would do to me mentally, or you would have to. You have to go. Because when a man is abusive, and I learned that you're taking it, right? But the thing about it was I was taking it. Like I was like, he's just come out of prison. I'm gonna work with him. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna ignore him. putting me down. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore a lot of what he's doing. And then it's going to be that one day. It's that one. I think everybody got that one day. That one day people could make fun of you. People laugh at you. People do it. But it's that one day when you wake up and you fine. Then when somebody says something to you, just snap. Like you ain't even prepared. That's what you're going. You just snap. And with him, it got me to the point where he did one more thing to me, and I just snapped. And by me snapping, things went crazy. But that's it. That was all I'm sharing. But don't never stay within abuse. And the pattern that I've had is that we chase our parents, whether you know it or not. My father had felon tendencies. My father had felon likes. So due to the fact that he was reminding me of him, not knowing this is time, we chase our parents. So if a man is got like do things that's really negative, you see a man to do things negative, oh, I like him, like he's cool, I like him. You're actually relating him to something that has nothing to do with that man. You seeing your father, so you feel comfortable with him. Like he makes me happy, but it's not him you really seeing. It's your father you seeing. Because the love that you have for your father, you want this man to give it to you too. You want this man to love you. And he's don't know why you're so crazy about him, because it's that negativity that you're drawn to. It's that negative part about him, that you made it okay, that you made it right because it feels good, like it's comfortable. That abuse, you've been used to it, so you made it all right. You're used to it, so it's not that bad. And it's bad. Oh, it's bad, but you make it not that bad because in your mind, it's not so bad. Everybody's like, well, girl, he's trying to kill you, doing it. But you're like, but it's not that bad. Y'all just don't understand. He's a good dude. In your mind, all you thinking is your parents, you feeling your father because you're used to it. Other people who know abuse, they're like, no, this is not normal. This is not good. But you're like, your mind, you're like, oh, okay, y'all, I'm not going to tell him no more because I don't want what they got to say. In reality, is that they can see things better because they're on the outside looking in, and by you in the inside, loving eyes can never see when you love somebody so much that don't love you. And think about an abuser, they know you love them. And the thing about it is they know you're not going to leave because they do little trickeries and they know you haven't left when they do the trickeries. And that's a pattern that I've come across with a lot of men I've met within this life now, that I meet very abusive men. And I had to learn to divorce those way of thinking. And I'm going to tell you something, unbrainwash yourself is the most difficult thing in the world to do. It's the most difficult thing in the world to do. Say it louder for the people in the back. Never tolerate physical, mental, emotional abuse. You will make mean excuses while your spirit is dying. Oh, you better speak on it, Matthews. You're so right. But for some reason, Matthews, you just love them so much. But it's a transferred love. It's a transferred love of your father. If you look like a stud, you get more vagina. If you look feminine, you can get much penis. Hey, hi Rick, how are you? And the thing about it is that it becomes very overwhelming when it comes down to these different acts and stuff. And you have to be very careful of what you're doing, and also passing down a cycle of abuse. Because if you don't fix those cycles, you're going to chase it. And a lot of times we think it's that it's karma. Oh, I'm just getting what I got my past. No, you're chasing what you're familiar with. You're chasing abuse, that someone abused you and you made it okay. And you got around the person that you know that something's not right. But you're like, no, but you got that gut be telling you. But sometimes we want the lie. And this old saying goes, you can't handle the truth. And I learned that that's so true. We can't handle the truth. We want the lie, because in the lie it feels better. In the lie we can maneuver it better, because we can live in our fantasy world until reality keeps popping up. There was a guy that wanted to be with me, and he kept doing little mentally things to me, and I would tell him all the time, stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing this, stop doing that. He would do it anyway. doing sex. He'll try to take the condom off. He'll do all this stuff. I was like, why would you try to do this to me? You are black. Why would you try to do these type of things to me? Why black? Why? And I'm constantly asking why, don't do this. And he didn't care. He was like, and I was screaming at him. He's like, well, I don't, so I don't never do nothing right. I don't never do nothing right. I'm telling you what you're doing to me, I don't agree with. Can you respect me not to do that? Oh, so all he heard was he is the victim and I'm the perpetrator. You are hurting me and you made yourself the victim and you made me the perpetrator. So it became very problematic for me because I'm like, why would you want to hurt me? And I'm telling you, you're hurting me. But he didn't care. He didn't care. He hurt me. And then all of a sudden, after a while, I was like, listen, just leave me alone. And then I'll pop up at my house. You just pop up. The disrespect is like so. And the thing about it is like, you be like, well, let me call the cops on him. But if I call the cops and it goes wrong, then he gets shot, he get killed, then I got this on my brain. Now I got this man killed. Now I got to think about this like, yo, it didn't have to go this far. Now I got this on my brain. The cop showed up, trigger happy, just shot him. Because he acted like a fool, got killed. Now I got to watch. Now I'm like, just leave, just go away. But then he don't want to leave. Let me tell y'all something about crazy. There are some people in this world that's real deal crazy. Oh, yes. Hey, Nova, girl, he's playing the role. The thing about real deal crazy, there are some people in this world that is real crazy. And when I say real crazy, that means that they would try to hurt you, even though you'll tell them to stop, they'll do it anyway. And you be like, no matter what you say, and people say, well, that's just mental disease. No. When a person attacks you and you say stop and they keep attacking you, at that point, you're threatened for your life. And there are some people out here that don't hear nothing but what they want to hear, and they become very abusive. And if you're the kind of person they feel safe to abuse you, they're going to abuse you. And as long as I learned in life is that what you have to do is not make yourself available. Don't make yourself available for abuse, because a man or woman will abuse you. And unfortunately, when it comes to us within our world we live in, there is a lot of abuse that we receive. And if you're not strong, you will be strong, because you don't have a choice in the matter. You're not allowed to be weak. You're not allowed those things. You're not allowed the luxuries of healing with a man involved. But you can heal. But the one thing you have to realize, when something is hurting you, you have to go through a healing process. You have to preserve your mental, because you don't want to have a heart attack. You don't want to have a stroke. You don't want none of these things to happen to you. But you have to allow yourself a chance to heal, especially if it's abuse. And the thing about it is that I learned a lot of people been abused. When I was working at that job, I was with this female and we were talking, and she was explaining to me that her father raped her. Her father was her first man to de-virginize her. Her father raped her. And I'm like, and we have a more conversation. So she became real close with me for some reason. People always shared this. But she told me her father was her first, and he raped her. And she's still, as a woman now, 20-something years old, I'm not sure, she's still broken. She's never healed. She's went on, she's had babies and boyfriends, and she's got a boyfriend that's abusive. She don't even care. She's broken. She's never healed. She probably cried out for help, but no one listened. So she just went on. And here is a cis woman, broken, moving forward through life, dating men. I was with another girl at school, and she explained to me that she with another man that was abusive. And I never knew so many men are abusive. But I learned a lot of men got mommy issues. And mothers have to stop. Mothers have to stop. Mothers, it's the weirdest thing. Women hate to be cheated on, right? But women teach their sons how to cheat. Let me say this again. Women hate to be cheated on, but women will teach her son how to cheat. She trained her son to be a dog, but then don't want to marry a man that's a dog. If you say explain, let me explain. We take a woman, we give her a doll baby, we set up with an oven, Susie bake oven, she could bake food, she's preparing a family. We tell a boy, he get a girl, do not just date this one girl. Date around. You are too young to be with one girl. Date around, see if there are different girls out here in the world that you may want to be with. That is the pattern of have sex with as many women as possible. Now here it is, he's having sex with everybody. Man, he's going through women and women and women and women. Now, he do find a woman that he kind of likes. Now he's supposed to just disregard having sex with so many different women, disregards when the argument comes up and not having sex with women, disregard everything he's been taught by mommy that it was okay. Now they got a woman and stuff that things will go the right way. He goes get another woman, mess with her. He keeps her on his side. Now he goes back home to his other girl. So he keeps two women, balance them out until the wife or the girlfriend catches on. Then she gets mad. Then he goes back to his mother. He doesn't tell her. It's like, oh, we just broke up. She's like, okay, don't worry about it. I'll fix you something to eat. He still got his back covered. So here it is. He's a boy out here, basically. He's a guy out here, basically going through life, can't get satisfied with any woman. Now, if you set a man up the same way you set a woman up, and sit back and say, well, start, setting for a family, start building for a family. We don't do that. We send them in two different directions. So then what's happening is women start getting sick of this. Now women start doing the same thing men are doing. And now men are like, well, y'all taking over, but they're actually not. My mom's first husband beat her, then started beating on my dad. That's why he left her. My mom's first husband beat her, then she started beating on my dad. Exactly. It's a pattern. We have so many cycles we have to break, but we have to acknowledge them in order to break them. If we close our eyes to them, then we're going to repeat the pattern. And unfortunately, but they're not saying all moms do that. Not saying all moms would be like, wait, my mom. But I'm not saying all moms. Some moms know the pattern. Some moms be like, whatever. Some guys come out, they just want to cheat on everybody. They're never satisfied. Some guys date women and really want to be with a man, but he just feel like he has to date women because that's what people told him to do. Some women date men, but she really wants to be with a woman because that's what she feels like she has to do. But at the end of the day, she's not happy with a man. I definitely understand what you're saying. Growing up, I never had a father around. Only thing I had my mother and my twin sister. Exactly. It's a pattern. We are programmed to live. We as people are programmed to live a life of other people's cultures and other people's life of living. We're not children that are born to teach the world who we are. We're not a person that should show the world and celebrate who we are coming to this world. We are children programmed to follow the rules of other people's likes and things that they feel as though we need to go because we feel as though we need to follow a pattern. And when we don't follow a pattern, we have to suffer for consequences, name calling, beatings, tortured, killed, because we are different from them. But in the same breath, they don't follow the rules. They just got a way of sneaking around and doing it that you just can't figure it out. And it's sad, but it is what it is. And we have to do better. Then my brother dad started to beat her. Then he did cracking. Exactly. It's a pattern. The beating pattern. And we're never going to talk about the beating. The beating is a slavery mentality passed down. And the thing about it is black people don't even want to accept it. Women hate trans women more than gay men. Do you think some black women are telling their men to kill? That's not true, Rick. A lot of women don't hate trans women. That's not true. That's not accurate at all. I mean, there's women who hate women, period. And there are women who hate women. I mean, you gonna do all you got to do is go on Love and Hip Hop, and you can see that women who hate women, and those women are not trans women. So that's very much not true. And the thing about it is that I don't know if when it comes down to it's a case by case basis. It's not about a woman or man. It's about that person. That person. So you have to deal with what that person did. That person can be generalized for everybody, like every woman and every black woman, or they gave her that person. What that person does not do what other person does. What that trans woman does not do what the other trans woman does. What that cis woman does not make the next cis woman. There are a lot of cisgender women out here that don't follow the rules of other cisgender women. Women compete with each other. Women compete with the people. Women compete with each other. Men compete with each other. People, it's a competitive world. People compete. It is what it is. I mean, some of us don't, but some of us do. It's not. We have to stop policing people. These are real people. They don't follow rules. These are real people. And if you don't let them do it in front of you, they're going to sneak and do it because they're real people. They're not robots. They cannot be programmed. You can't put a chip in them. These are real people. That's the problem we have. Stop making people something that's supposed to be from this. Well, on this page, you're supposed to be doing this. They're real people. Everybody on this live is a real person with different ways they move, different things that they do. We're all different. Men hate studs. Anyway, I ain't dealing with you tonight, Rick, because you on some whole other stuff. But the thing about it is like, it's just really different when it comes down to a lot of different things within this world we're living in. I think we would do more better if we let people show who they are and not judge them and find out different things. You'd be surprised if you could find out through each individual if you give them a chance. If it's a positive delivery. Now, if it's something real off to the left, a whole bunch of negative stuff, and within a problem there's a solution. And with any problem there's a solution. If you're willing to listen to a solution, if your mind is closed, you can't accept the solution. I talked to this one guy, and I was trying to have a conversation with him. He said he was ready to have it. When I started talking to him, he became combative, and he became offended. He became defensive. They had to defend himself, and that's not the whole conversation about. But he felt as though he had to defend himself on what I was talking about, and it wasn't like I was saying something negative to him. I was just going to explain him different things of how, you could look at things, and he felt combative. And then I blocked them at the day. I could only do but so much. I try to talk to people. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I only try to share what I've learned. And I believe a lot of things we're going through, we can fix. It's not that hard. It's really not. But if we don't address the issue, we're always going to have a problem. And I always feel as though it's workable. And the thing about it with men, I had a conversation with someone about men who date trans women. Why are they so afraid of what people are going to say? There are a lot of men who aren't trans attracted. There are a lot of men who wants to date trans women, but they're so afraid of what people are going to say about them. And I tell them all the time, no matter what you do in life, people are going to talk about you to the day you die. If you got a cisgender woman, they're gonna talk about her. You could be a black man with a business that's positive. They're gonna find ways to shoot you down. Oh wait, he had sex with the high man. That's how he got that spot. If a female got her own company, well she did all this to get that spot. They're gonna talk about you. The problem is you got to stop listening. You got to learn how to build up your pride. You got to learn how to self-love. Self-love means that I have to walk away from people that I actually do love in order to love myself. In order to accept who I am, I have to leave you. I love you, but I got to go. Because everything you bring it to me is tearing my soul up. You telling me you ripping me apart for being who I am, but I'm supposed to accept you for who you are. I have to love myself. If I'm in love with this girl, respect me for who I love. But in the same breath, they pick society and they'll say, well, society doesn't agree with this, society doesn't agree with that. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, Society don't even agree with a lot of things you do, and when you need them the most, they leave you. Men are about the image, about people, perceptions. Give exactly the and the thing about it is that once people learn to love themselves and close their ears and practice ignore, you're not going to be happy because you're going to live your whole life waiting for somebody's approval. When I put my music online, I'll be like, y'all tell me what this song think. Y'all like this song? I don't care. I don't care if you like it or not. That's for me. And I don't sit back and say, well, did you like it? Did it? I don't care. It's a message in it. If you want to listen, listen. You don't, that's fine. I don't care if you like it or not. I don't look for people's approval. I don't look for people, because people are going to judge anything anyway. But the thing about it is that people just like that. But the problem is, or should I say, the bigger thing you need to do in life, you need to try to be happy. You got to be happy in this world because you can't take the money with you. You can't take the cars. You can't take the house. But at least you could say one thing: I'm happy. I may be rich. I may not be rich. I may be poor. I may have the worst of the clothes that hand me down, but I'm happy. I love the music you've been posting. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you, Playback. Um, Somebody deleted it. Um, yeah, that's the thing. You can't take none of this stuff with you, but you could be happy if you find a two-spirit woman you in love with. Stick with her, cause trust me, she will have your back. She will have your back, cause she loves hard and she go hard for you. All you got to do is go hard for her and love her back. It's simple. But people like, oh, I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid what they're gonna say. They don't care about you. Go down to life and watch how they help you. Go down to life. And the thing about it is that I've dealt with men that are so afraid. You're so afraid. But I also realized something else when I come to these men. These men can't stand in their truth because they already got other women on the side. They got other women on the side. They even got a boyfriend on the side. So they step in their truth with you. They can't let you know that they cheating on you with a whole bunch of other people. So they gotta kind of play that role like, I ain't ready for that yet. Yeah, because he got a whole bunch of other people. He just ain't let you know that he got you thinking it's just you, but it's a whole bunch of other people he know you would have a fit about if he knew, and some of them may even be your friends. So he can't let you know. So it's a lot that comes with that as well. Anyway, but that's the thing about it. And the thing about it is that there are so many men. And the thing about with me is like everybody to me is always saying, well, you're my first, you're my first, you're my first, you're my first. But if I'm your first, how come you know how to do so many things so quickly, so fast? And that's the thing that gets me. This shirt is so damn. Oh, I love this shirt. I'm gonna have to leave it though. It's getting too damn small. And the thing about it is that you have to be happy. The hardest thing in this world is to be as happy. I would love, I was gonna say I would love to be with a man. I don't know. I don't trust him. I need more time to heal. I think, but yeah, I need time to heal. I'm not ready. I don't trust men. I can't trust men because they violate me too much. The disrespect is just too much. It's bad enough I have to date straight men, but the disrespect is too much. The disrespect, and then they become victims. Oh, you must be on hormones. Oh, you must be this. You must. They refuse to acknowledge that the fact that you're taking out time just to hurt me, you wasting all my time with you, and you have no plans or ever even being with me. So why are you doing this? Yeah, but the thing is, like, they have no plans on really being with you. They just want to see. It's a song that Nicole Scherzinger brought out called "Run." Let me see if I want y'all to this song "Run," and it's called "Run." And when I heard this song, I was like, "Oh, okay." She's saying exactly what is you still moving? She's saying exactly what I be saying about here it is. Just don't come on. Please don't come on. Don't come on. I want y'all to listen to the lyrics to this song. This is about being in a relationship with a man that is no good. And she's saying just run, run. And there's nothing you can do but just run. You are that regret. Apology. How are you? Masculine, mirror them. Basic inside. And that's the thing about it. You have to but remember one thing, preserve your mental. Your mental is very important. Preserve your mental, y'all. I'm telling you. Because there's so many things in this world that's going to take you for loops. You can handle it as long as you stay away. It is nothing wrong with leaving social media alone for a little while. It is nothing wrong with not answering your phone. It is nothing wrong with just going for a walk. It is nothing wrong with going window shopping. You have to preserve your mental. It is so important. You will never find happiness if you continue to let fear rule you. Not every man is the way you visualize. Okay. And that's the thing about it, within life, you live and stuff. So on that video and stuff, you see the video, it says run. Every man is different, which is very true. Every man is very different. But every person on here can only speaks from their experience from being with men. They can't experience being with men through your eyes. They only experience what they've been with men or women through their own eyes. We could always give a positive perspective as far as what could be out there, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a positive one if it's actually being fabricated through a lie. I do believe there is love out there for you. For me, oh no, I don't want love. I'm good. Just give me a couple of bags of hair, some chicken, and some French fries. I'm good. I ain't looking for no man. Y'all done. I'm done right now. I can't. I know you. I know as much as you want me to go to jail. I think I'll pass. I'll see you. Because they got some firemen up in there. They ain't never going to let me out of there because I'm firemen in there. I'm good. That's good. Let the girls have them. Carry on. No, I'm good. As much as I want to land in the bed with somebody looking at me sleeping as I'm sleeping with, I don't trust them. And I know there's good men out there. Of course there's good men out there. There's good people everywhere. At the end of the day, you just got to be, you have to be mentally ready. I'm not mentally ready for nobody. I don't trust them. I don't. I just don't. I'm tired of men getting rid of me without an argument or blaming me. You love me too much. Oh, you love me too much. You care about me too much. I can't be with you. You never let me be a man. You just keep giving me money to put me on my feet. This is very disrespectful. Okay. Don't give up. Trust me on this. I already gave up, sweetie. But thank you for the words of encouragement. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, love. And thank you for thinking about me. But no, I see you have to know, you gotta kind of know when you gotta know when to fold up, when to walk away, when to run. I just don't think, I appreciate it, but I just know that mentally, in time, maybe, absolutely. You never know in time, but not now. I'm on 10. Because I'm ready to crack a couple of jaws right now, but I can't even share that part with y'all because they too busy watching me behind the scenes on this video. There's so many people that's watching me behind the scenes that I've been with that's peeks on these videos and then be making a little smart comments in my DM box. See, it's a lot goes on behind the scenes. I tell y'all all the time. It's a lot goes on behind the scenes, y'all. When I say something, trust me, I'm saying it for a reason. You'd be surprised. And people do take my videos that I know and use them against me. They use my videos against me. If I share a story with y'all be surprised what I hear when And remind you, they're not even my boyfriend. And remind you, some of them are married. But they use my videos against me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You have to find that peace. I do find peace, sweetie. I'm good. I'm good. Words are different from actions, baby. That's right. I'm good. You have to be mentally prepared to deal with a man, and you have to be, because the thing about it is he's got his own problems. He may be going through a lot too. Here it is, you bringing your luggage in and you dropping your luggage on. He may have luggage on. He ain't healed, you ain't healed, and he says something, you remind you of something, you say something, now y'all going at it, wish you never met him, and no. Mm-mm. I'm over it. It's not worth it. Every time I think I found somebody I can move forward with, it's been a waste of time. So it's not worth it. It's not. The only thing it's worth is me getting up in the morning, praying to God, praying to hit the lottery so I can get me some money so I can buy me a car and a nice big house where there's grass in the backyard, and I can watch my little puppies run outside in the back, and I can sit on a rocking chair in the swing and just look and put a whole bunch of have a lace front wig party, invite all my sisters over to the lace front wig party. We all try on wigs and drink wine and eat chicken and watermelon. And I sent for a car for them. And we sit in the backyard and play music. Shoot, that's what I want. That's it. Have a day out over there, a day break. That's all I want. Anyway, that being said, how long I've been on here? 2 hours and 30 minutes. Anyway, so the conversation of this video is about being a. Ooh, what's this still up? Oh my God, no. The conversation was about is being abused. You did a video about me years ago, and I've learned so much since then. I mastered a lot. Who are you, Antonio? I did a video about you. This is gonna be good. So do I know who you are, Antonio? Prodigy. Prodigy. So I did a video about you years ago. Who are you? I'm sure your name's not Antonio. Detransition. Riri Nicole. Okay, I remember you. I definitely remember you. Riri Nicole. So how you like your detransition? Are you happier now? I guess you are because your name Antonio. Okay. As long as you happy. If you like it, I love it. I'm living life more. Okay. That's fine. That's all that matters. We have to be happy. Because you had emailed me one time too. Yeah, well, you have to be happy. You know it don't work for everybody. I get it. The only difference is to me with detransition, where am I go to? When I wasn't transitioning. But my story is different, and your story is so, hit those thumbs up, people. But you have to be happy, and that's all that works for you. That's what works. Because this is a hard world to be happy in. But I've learned to be a whole person, and I still have the body. We need to talk. Child, you got to talk to me another time. Raven is messed up now, girl. I mean, boy. Hey, Dr. LHQ. I messed up now. My trust issues is I try to talk to people, but sure, I'm both. Is I look at the right one? You detransition and you both? Okay, I'm lost. Okay. So you two spirits and you living in both lives. So you one way and one day another day, like you go back and forth, like you go back and forth and stuff. One day or another day, or you just stay one way all the time. I'm a whole person. I've learned not to deny any part of myself, and this is how I found love. This is how I found the true universe and how I found true happiness. Okay. I think you was happy before, in my personal opinion. I just think you start letting people get in your head. I'm telling you, brainwashing is fierce. If you got, anyway, but that's okay. That's what I'm brainwashing is fierce. I remember sitting in church and I used to give money to the preacher, and he used to tell, etc. If you're a homosexual, you're going to hell. And I would get up and give him money. When I got older, I was like, what was I doing? Why would I be giving that preacher money who's talking bad about me? And at the time, being young, you don't know. It is like non-boundary. Hey, come on. What are we talking about? We all over the we all over the we are all over the board. We're everywhere. We're talking about toxic men. We talking about relationships. We talked about abuse. We talked about I guess now we're talking about detransition or basically in the middle. Um, we went all across the board. We're talking about how black people um, fly right when your face is black, but yet still you're putting your own people down instead of trying to build or not create content that's negative within your own community and make it into a joke. Um, the one thing I will never change is my personality and my mannerisms. Our appearance can change at any time. Okay, until your hormones. Um, it's been a buffet of time. Exactly, Matthews. Are you on hormones? Riri is pretty. Riri is very pretty, but I don't know. Listen, I talked to someone else who detransitioned, and the thing about it is that I listened to it only because they hit me. Actually, they hit me. They was encouraging me to that the reason why they detransition. I said, listen, this is my thing. You have to do what works for you. It's not Raven's story. This is your story. It has to work for you. It has to be aligned with you. But I always tell people, you have to understand when people get in your head, when they leave you, if the poison work, that means you're thinking about it when you're alone. Now they got you thinking negative things about yourself. I'm not pretty. I'm not passable. I look like this. I look like that. They got it. It's working on you. It's called brainwashing. All they do is put the plant in your head. But when you say, no, I'm good. When you divorce them, that plant don't work. You have to unbrainwash yourself. We've been taught how to hate who we are. We have to learn how to love who we are. And when someone says something to us, we have to leave. You cannot sit back and keep trying to find ways to make it okay. The truth is, when I decided to change this, I wasn't people that God in my head. I looked at the whole trans community, and I will be honest with you, it was nothing like any of those faces. Okay, I crossed just in time, but I'm currently dating. Oh my God, a trans girl. Okay. Um, mean women was not church. I was alone in my room when I decided to change because I was Baptist, pleased, and thought it was Jesus because I realized it was a church itself letting me know that. Google says hormones can give a person high blood pressure. That's the thing about it. I'm telling you, brainwashing is powerful. They could teach you to hate who you are. The same one. This is the thing that gets me. They will teach you to hate you, and then they will use God's name. The same one that God had his only son named Jesus that they killed him. So y'all killed his son, and then y'all want me to follow y'all pattern. Make it make sense. So God sent his only son down to the world. Y'all killed them, but y'all want us to follow you because you got it right. Please make it make sense. Please make it make sense. It makes no sense. And the thing about it is that you have to really sit down and listen to the message that they're doing. I feel like people who are detransitioned are maybe not really trans, maybe just confused. Maybe, no, the thing about it is, Queen B, it's not that they detransition because it's the thing about of like I'm telling you, y'all may not believe me. People can do a job on you mentally. People can break you mentally. People can break you. When life is going really bad, things are not going the right way. People can really mentally break you. When you start thinking, well, maybe they're right. Well, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wrong. This is called brainwashing. I'm going to teach you how to hate you. And this is when you have to learn enough to recognize it when it happened. I've talked about this tons of times when I tell y'all this all the time. I try to talk to you to let you know what's happening to you. You're being sickly taught to hate who you are. I tell you to leave. I don't tell you to argue with them. I don't tell you to fight with them. I don't tell you to say, let you get your part apart. I told you get your butt out of there. You can't argue with a closed mind because when you finish arguing with them, ain't nothing going to change. They feel like they're right. So leave them with their right and you go to the left. You leave. Remember, we are all here for a reason. Every one of us got somebody looking at us behind us that we don't know. That you're very much encouraging, helping, supporting, and very influential of your being here in this world. But sometimes people can get in your head, make you feel like, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. But you be right. But they could get in your head. You're so right about hate who you are. A lot of us do that even as we read. I never hated myself as Antonio. I don't hate myself. And we set up an interview and I'll let you know the truth events. Okay. But they will. I'm telling you. When I used to go to church and the preacher used to always say, I guess because I was in it, but it was a bunch of us in it. He's like, if you gay, you're going to hell. I don't care. You walk back and forwards. And the girls like, oh, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, shouting. And you looking at him. The only thing you hearing is, I'm going to hell. And you quiet because you ain't going to say, oh, I'm going to hell. You quiet. And the thing is, like, you ain't shocked. You going to home like, oh, I'm going to hell. I ain't. And the thing about it is, you paying this man money to tell you going to hell. And then all of a sudden the churches start going and thing like you molesting little boys, but yet and still you tell everybody else, and all this other stuff. So going. Yes, it's true. Do you feel like people detransition because of times they get clocked and make them feel bad and it breaks it? People could detransition for a lot of reasons, Queen Bee. But the thing about it is that everybody has a time in their life where enough is enough. And it depends on how much of the beat down. If a person, okay, I think a lot of times people detransition, it could be a whole bunch of reasons, not like set in stone. But a lot of people detransition is because they have privileges looking straight before they transition. So they looked like a straight guy, whatever case may be, and they looked so they transition. So when they transition, they lost those privileges and stuff like that. And then people like, oh my God, you're pretty as a girl, but you look the better as a. So those thoughts been put in their head. Now they plant them in their head now. They didn't realize it, but when that person goes home, they remember what people said. A lot of times those people will come as friends and family members, and they've gotten into your head. Now, when things don't go the right way, jobs don't go the right way, all of a sudden now it's because of what I am. It's because now remember, before you transition, you still didn't have jobs, you still was having problems, you still was having it, you was still having the same problem. But now it's because of what I am. It's because now that's the reason why people are discriminating because of what you are. As a black person, when it didn't hire you at a job, you just went to the next job. The same way I do now, the same way anyone else could do now. But we learned to sit back and say, well, this is the reason why. It's because I'm this good. No, that's just your excuse. Because there's other doors you could be opening up. Clearly, that's not where you need to be. You just got to pick yourself up and keep moving. You got somewhere you got to be. And the thing about it is that Raven over at y'all got time. It's a whole bunch of stuff at the top. Just go into my Instagram, boy, and we'll talk about it. You go in my DMs and we'll talk. I got some people in my DM. Let me give you my Instagram. You go in my DMs. I got so many people on there. But here's my Instagram. You go right into my DMs. Like everybody else do. I'll be talking to me too. But this is the thing about it. You have to, brainwashing is powerful, y'all. I'm telling you, this is the reason why I tell y'all, don't fight with these people. Just lead them. I know you be like, I got to defend myself. No, you don't. You don't got to defend yourself. You just go. Go. Because you know what? If you argue with them and they feel a certain way, they ain't changed. You think they're going to change because you said no? They ain't changed. So what was the argument for? One of the greatest things we can do is look at our life through the lens. All right, speak on it, man. Excuse me. Life the way we see it fit and honestly make the world want you to live. Don't wait for it. Exactly. Matthew, so true. And the thing about it is, if people would be more, if people would learn how to stop letting people get in there. But I'm gonna tell you where it started from. I hate to blame the family, the mother, father. But as children growing up, our mothers or fathers will say, you represent me before you go outside. I don't want people talking about me. What you got on? So what we do as young children, we go as adults, we care what other people think. Because as children, we were taught to care what other people think about us. So we got outfits on, we got clothes on, we put everything on. We look for other people's approval because as children, this is what we were taught. We wasn't taught to be individuals, don't care, where it look like a bum and don't care. We wasn't taught that. We was taught that we should care about what other people think about ourselves. Instead of putting ourselves forward, we put other people forward. As children, as adults, we traveled and made these things. I started hormone therapy at 29 years old. Nova. Is this Nova? This is Nirvana? No. Okay. Be welcome. Hormone therapy can be very interesting. That's, it can be very interesting. But hormones, the thing about it with hormones and stuff, you have to be careful within that too, because too many of one thing could turn into testosterone. It could start, instead of it balancing out, it could kind of make it, it could go more to the male side than to the female side. Instead of, getting more femme, you start to get more, Yes, I feel like people do that to accept and get through life easy. Yes, it depends on the beatdown, Queen Bee. It's the beatdown. Sometimes people see we're all human and everybody has a breaking point. We have breaking points. We're all human beings and you can't police grown people. You can't make people follow rules. That's your rules. So since you like collard greens, I'm supposed to like collard greens. Since you like cornbread, I'm supposed no, it don't go that way. We're all individual people with different storylines and different aligned things we need to do in this world. But people feel as though you have to do things a certain way, and they don't follow those rules when nobody ain't around. But they want you to follow those rules because they gonna sneak and do it. It's like, how could you keep saying you want to die, but you keep eating bigger and bigger because you eating cake or he eating cake, but he not sharing that with you. He's telling you to stay on the diet. Because if they're human beings, they're real people. You can't make real people follow rules that's set for someone else's life when they have their own life to live themselves. There are certain family members and parents that take their children and they make their children live their life, which is sad. Their children are so sad, so discombobulated, using drugs, getting high. Instead of the child standing up to their parent, they will let the parents orchestrate their whole life and they'll use drugs to move forward. Instead of them standing up to their parents saying, let me be me and love me for me, because they're afraid their parents may throw them on the streets and they wouldn't have nowhere to go. But then if you're the person like me, at a certain period of time, you're going to have to go because you already know in your mind something's wrong with your parent, especially the one I got, the parent that I have. She's like really, yeah, parents will throw you on the street for not being what they want you to be. If you're a boy and you act like a girl with kissing me, they may throw you on the street. I never forget, I saw this little young guy, he ran away from home. And he said he ran away. I was like, oh my God, he was real young. I met him in New York. He had a bag on him. He's ran away. I was a little concerned, but I was like, some people have to work really hard for their parents. I said, that's true, Queen Bee. And the thing about it is that some parents will never accept you because you could have been a rape baby. You could have been an oop baby. You could have been a baby that trapped the man and it didn't work. You could have been a baby that they really didn't want. They tried to kill it and it still came out anyway. There's so many reasons why mother got you there that she may not want to share with you because it just may hurt your feelings. But she just tolerates you because she's dealing with the car. She had to be there. And usually those mothers are the most meanest mothers in the world. But the ones who want you, she appreciates you. She loves you. She's like, I don't care what you are. You my baby. I'm going to protect my child. Those are the ones that want you. They're just grateful for the fact that you got 2 arms, 2 legs, and you're moving around and you're functioning properly. But there's some parents, every mother is not a mother. Every father is not a father. A lot of times as children, we're dealt with the cards we're dealt with, and we try to make it work the best way we can. In my options, not everybody needs to have kids. That's true. Everybody shouldn't have kids. Some mothers make bad mothers. Some fathers make bad fathers. Some mothers make great mothers. Some fathers make great fathers. It is what it is, it's just a process. And we deal with the cards, we have to deal with it. So anyway, y'all. So anything else y'all want to talk about before I get off this line? We're over 3 hours almost. Hit those thumbs up. Rick, what's up with you tonight? You're so negative tonight. Rick, what's going on with you? You must be going through something. Yes, just because you can procreate does not mean, amen. You better say it, Queen Bee. What's going on with you, Rick? Because you've never been this way. Like, you like really negative tonight. What's the matter? What's going on? Did your wish wig ever come? No. No, Matthew. It never came. Me too, no. Hey, no. It never showed up. I guess I better wish it up. I guess I better make another wish, Matthew. It didn't show up at all, but it is what it is. They said by the 20th it should be here. Wish yeah, I wish it didn't take so long. But don't worry, you already know. When I get this wig, I'm gonna never order for that Whoosh site, the Whoosh. At Whoosh, y'all ever see that Whoosh app? I'm never gonna order from that Whoosh app as long as I live. Don't never order from it. I could not believe it took. I could have made this wig by now. It's horrible on so many levels, but it is what it is. That was the black one. I actually took the black one and I actually had it here in this one. I added here. Remember two nices. I just joined. Hey Noob, I'm okay, beautiful. What's going on with you? I'm about to split, girl. It is like almost been for 3 hours. 3 hours. So in case y'all know, I tried to do this. I went on this agency. I was trying to do something as far as a website. That's why I was asking y'all to share it. I think did y'all see the audition I did? I put it on the page and stuff. Bitter truth helps. Bitter truth helps. Okay. Yeah, but Rick, we're not on that level, so it sounds like you're going through something because you've never brought this type of energy. Because you bimbo, right? You're bimbo, right, Rick? Yeah, I was trying to audition for um a website. I don't know what it's about, but I tried to do it so I could of course, promoting this site if I could. I don't know what it's all about, but it wanted you to put on line and stuff. So I was like, okay, fine, it's no big deal. Blondes have more fun anyway. They just be sending. The thing is, Matthews, I wanted to. They must exactly. They must be looking for a horse. I don't know what this going on. The thing is, I added more here in this one. I got the real long one, but I kind of like this one because it's short, and I don't like short head because I got a big old bowling ball head. I got a wig, and it look whole. I look like a Coldplay and it's a character. Never mind. You know what's funny? When I went downtown, they had this big curly 350 here. Remember Tyra Banks used to have that orange color hair? They had the hair, and I was like, "Oh, I like this hair. I like it." He was like, "You want it?" I was like, "Oh, if it's for free, I'll take it." But no, I can't afford it. But I really wanted that hair. That was really pretty. And it's the only reason why I was like, I try to stay away from hair that's curly, because curly hair turns into naps. Like it turns into a big afro. So I try to stay away here. Like I could press this hair, which I did. I pressed it, and I use what's that? A black magic grease. I use black magic grease on my hair. I don't use spritz. I use grease, so it's soft and stuff. And if you notice, it's not shedding, so it's better. But I found that when I went downtown, they had like long hair, like 40 inches for like 11.99. That's why I like going downtown because it's cheaper. You get long hair for 11.99, real mad cheap. So, excuse me, Corona. Don't you hate? Mm-hmm. I hate all that stuff. Mm-hmm. This is my whole life. I had a job working outside, and I shouldn't be outside because I got allergies. The thing about it is, it came out pretty good. And I glued it. I glued it right on this wig. See, Y'all see it's not shedding, right? So after doing that, and that's it. And I could do anything with it, tie it up, you know, pull it to the back. Yeah, the thing is like, and the thing is like people be paying $200-300. Now remember, y'all, this is not human hair. This is synthetic wig. This is synthetic. This is not a human hair wig. This is synthetic wig now. This is all synthetic hair. I done pressed it. I probably could curl it, but I don't want to curl it. So when you seeing wigs cost $300-400, this is a synthetic wig. And as you see, it is falling just like a human hair wig. I could press it and everything. I will not spend no money like that. So that's it. But it's cute though. And you put on your makeup, your lashes and stuff. And I don't like makeup, y'all. I need to find I want to find a good eye cream. My problem is I don't sleep though. I wish I could just sleep. I have problems sleeping. Do anybody have problems sleeping like I do? I sleep. I go to sleep at 1 o'clock. I wake up at 1:15. Then I wake up at 1:30. Then I wake up at 1. I'm like, oh my God. Mother, the way they make these synthetic blends these days, it's a whole different ball game. I remember when synthetic hair meant hair. Like, yes, Matthew, so true. Mrs. Call and Sami, yes. Annie B. I'm blind, y'all. I wear glasses, so. I slept for. Okay, so y'all with me. Y'all with me. I don't sleep. I can't sleep. I cannot sleep. And the thing is, like, you ever get to the point where you have to remember, did you close the refrigerator? Did you turn the tea kettle off? Did you lock the door? Like your mind has to. Did you sleep today? You have to keep remembering everything because you like moving and everything is like you can't remember nothing. Sometimes the human hair is blended with synthetic to make it look smart. Okay. Hey Donald Robinson. Oh, you're Bimbo. Oh, okay. How are you, sweetie? I was looking at the picture. I was like, that looks like Bimbo, but I ain't want to say nothing, girl. Sometimes I forget to eat. Oh, oh, honey. Well, I got you covered there because Raven. Look at this, Maury. Look at my stomach. Thanks for my job. But even the muscles still stick out. Look at this. Anyway, How are you, Bimbo? What's up, boo? Where you been? Miss you. Sometimes I forget to eat, not me. I'm about to eat tonight. I ate some rice and chicken, but for some reason, y'all, I got a taste for cucumbers cut up in some collard greens with tomatoes in a a roll. I'm greedy though. See, this is what I mean. We should meet up when you have time. I said, okay. When? Now? No, you can't meet up with me now. You never even call me on the phone. You want to meet up with me? That's another thing I hate. If I give you my phone number, why is it that you texting me? Why can't you just call me? At least talk to me on the phone. You're not taking me to dinner. You're not taking me to the movies. You're not doing nothing for me. You can't even call me on the phone, but you want to sit in front of me. And then on top of that, you don't have conversation for me. So why would I want to sit with somebody who don't like to talk? That makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Anyway, beautiful people, Raven's about to go because I'm about to fix something to eat. Right, these men are rude. They are. They don't even care. This text generation. Exactly. You can't call me on a phone. So you supposed to come over here. I told this other guy yesterday, delete my number. I mean, y'all ain't gonna treat me too. Y'all not gonna treat me too much like dirt. I mean, you ain't taking me to the movies. You ain't buy me a couple of bags of hair. You could at least buy me a wig with 3 bags of hair to go with it. Some wig and some glue and some chicken wings with some ribs with some barbecue sauce on it. Something. So I'm eat over here, I could weave my hair and eat some ribs and stuff. Oh, I'm such a greedy bitch. But come on, you don't want to bring nothing. Probably disease though, but that's anyway. All right, beautiful people. I wanted to go get my hair braided though, but I'm just scared because I be seeing people get their hair braided and they get them knots, then their hair fall out. I've been watching Mother since my sophomore year in high school. I graduated. Oh, congratulations! When you was graduating, I was my job was closing. My job closed January the 3rd, 2011. Much love, Matthew. No, you deserve to be treated good. We all do, Queen Bee. I'm with you, baby. Well, my beautiful people, Raven's about to get up here and start frying some fish, some fries, and cause y'all know it's 12:01, right? But I'm about to fry me some French fries, and I'm gonna take some medicine, cause my high blood pressure is about to go over the roof. Because my high blood pressure about to go over the roof. Look at this camera. Why is she so fuzzy? I wonder was this camera this fuzzy before? Why is this camera so fuzzy? Was it always this fuzzy? Lord have mercy, Jesus. Could y'all see me before? Anyway. All right, beautiful people, love you. And be safe. Please be safe. Remember what we said. We do not take people negative thoughts and we do not allow brainwashing. No brainwashing. We do not allow brainwashing. If somebody got something to say that we don't like, we don't argue. We just leave. Leave them there with, hey, Tally, what's up, boo? Good night, love. Sending you high vibrations and good energy. Same to you. Be safe, beautiful people. Love you.